My beloved, you didn't expect life to feel this heavy. No one really does. There are seasons that arrive uninvited, seasons where nothing makes sense, and even the things you once counted on seem to slip through your fingers like dust. You try to hold on to faith, to strength, to something familiar. But there are days it all feels like too much. The weight of unanswered prayers, broken relationships, sudden loss, or the slow ache of waiting has worn you thin. And in that place, you begin to wonder if you've been forgotten, if blessings are only for others, if miracles are just for the stories and not for you. But listen closely now, because in this place, right here, where it feels like you have nothing left, I am drawing near, not to fix everything in a moment, but to remind you of something deeper than your pain, something stronger than the storm you're in, my presence, my purpose, and my unshakable love for you. You have not been forgotten. You are not walking alone, and what you feel right now is not the end. It is the middle of a story still unfolding, one that is already soaked in grace. You may not see it yet, but there are blessings forming in places you least expect. They are not always loud or obvious. They do not always come wrapped in joy or certainty. Sometimes, blessings arrive in the form of survival, the fact that you made it through one more day. Sometimes they come as a whisper of peace in the night, a moment of laughter in the middle of your sorrow, or a hand reaching for yours when you thought no one saw your pain. I know you have questions. I know you've wondered why certain prayers seem to fall silent. You've waited. You've hoped. And it hurts to feel like nothing is changing. But child, what if the change has already begun? Not outside, but within you. What if the deeper miracle is the way your heart is learning to endure, the way your spirit is being reshaped by this very season? I never waste pain. I never miss a tear. Every ache you've carried has been seen, and every silent cry has echoed in my heart. I am not distant. I am not indifferent. I am near, and I am working, even now. You're not the only one who has felt this ache. All throughout time, people have come to the edge of their breaking point thinking they were alone, only to find that I had already prepared something beautiful on the other side of their surrender. A door they never noticed, a strength they never imagined, a hope that didn't come from what they could see, but from what they began to believe again, that I'm faithful, even in the dark. You've been told to be strong, to keep going, to push through, and while resilience is good, I also want you to know this. It's okay to rest. It's okay to weep. It's okay to admit that you don't know what to do next, because that's where I meet you most deeply. Not in your perfection, but in your surrender. Not in having all the answers, but in lifting your eyes in search of me. If you could see what I see, the path I'm weaving, the people I'm positioning, the future I'm preparing, you would rest easier. But I know it's hard to trust what you cannot yet see. That's why I speak to your heart now. The blessing is on the way. It may not look like what you expect, but it is coming. The miracle you need may not arrive as thunder and fire. It may arrive as a quiet moment where something inside you finally heals. It may be a conversation, a letter, an unexpected opportunity, or it may simply be the lifting of that invisible weight you've carried for too long. My timing is not your timing, but my timing is perfect, and I am never late. This is not about pretending that everything is fine. This is about learning that even when everything is not fine, you are still held, still chosen, still part of something divine. You don't have to earn my love. You don't have to prove your worth. You just have to keep breathing, keep listening, and let your soul believe again that I am still the God of the unexpected. When the day feels too hard, remember this. You have already survived things you thought would break you, and there is still so much ahead, so much light, so much joy, so many quiet moments of grace waiting to find you. You will laugh again. You will feel peace again. And not because your life will be perfect, but because you will begin to see the fingerprints of my mercy in places you never thought to look. You are not disqualified from miracles. You are not too far gone. You are not too broken. I specialize in the broken. I bring beauty from ashes. I lift the lowly and restore the weary. And I will do it again. For you, there is something holy about brokenness when it is brought into my presence. I don't ask you to pretend. I ask you to be real with me, to bring your questions, your exhaustion, your hidden disappointment. I can carry it all. I always have. There's no shame in being tired, no weakness in wondering why things haven't changed. Even the strongest souls grow weary. Even the faithful need reminders. So here is mine. I have not stopped writing your story. You were not forgotten in that hospital room. I saw you. You were not invisible when the job was taken from you or when the betrayal shattered your trust. You didn't imagine it. That quiet ache that told you something was still possible. That small light, refusing to go out inside you. That's me. I'm not only the God of thunder and parting seas. I'm the God who sits with you in waiting rooms, in lonely apartments, in the corners of your fear. I do not need a perfect stage to do something miraculous. I move in the unseen, in the quiet, in the slow. You long for rescue, and I understand that. You ask me to fix what's broken, to return what was lost, to answer what has been left hanging in silence. And yes, I hear you. I always hear you. But my love is deeper than a single solution. I am not just trying to remove your pain. I am trying to redeem it. To take what the enemy meant for harm and use it to strengthen, to restore, to awaken something inside you that this world can't touch. What you call delays are often my design. What you see as detours are sometimes divine direction. You were never meant to walk a straight, predictable path. You were meant to follow me, step by step, breath by breath, and find me in places others would never think to look. Yes, I allow the unexpected, but I also fill the unexpected with purpose. This isn't about blind optimism. This is about spiritual truth. Even now, even here, you're surrounded by grace. I've seen you hold on with trembling hands. I've watched you choose kindness when you felt empty. I've noticed the tears you've wiped away in secret, the prayers you've whispered in the middle of the night. Every one of them matters to me. Not one has been wasted. You think no one understands what you're carrying, but I do. I was there when the weight was placed on your shoulders. I've been with you through every quiet breakdown, every forced smile, every day you showed up, even when you wanted to disappear. That is strength, child. That is faith in action. And I honor that kind of faith. Blessings are not always what you think. Sometimes they look like open doors, yes, but other times they look like closed ones that spared you from something you couldn't see. Sometimes a blessing is a delayed answer that made room for growth, for healing, for deeper trust. Sometimes it's the person you became while you waited, the courage you found when everything felt out of control, the compassion that bloomed in your heart because you finally understood what it means to need grace. I bless in layers. I work in mystery. But always, always I work in love. And miracles, you're surrounded by them. But your eyes have been trained to look for the dramatic, the unmissable. Let me show you what miracles really are. A miracle is the way your heart still hopes, even when it hurts. A miracle is how your lungs keep breathing, even when your soul feels tired. A miracle is how someone you didn't expect says exactly what you needed to hear. It's how peace shows up out of nowhere. It's how joy returns after a long night of sorrow. These aren't coincidences. These are traces of me. Gentle reminders that I'm still near, still good, still working all things together for your good. You're not weak because you need encouragement. You're human, and I know how fragile that humanity can feel. But don't mistake fragile for broken beyond repair. I made you. I know your limits, your fears, your longings, and I know how to lead you gently back to life. That is what this moment is. A gentle leading. A reminder that you are still seen, still loved, still chosen for more. So today, don't rush past the small gifts. Notice them. The warmth in your hands, the sunlight through your window, the memory that made you smile, the breath in your body. These are not small things. These are signs. My signs. Reminders that even here, especially here, you are surrounded by me. Let that truth sink deep, because the moment you realize I am still with you, that I am still working, is the moment hope finds you again. And when hope finds you, blessings begin to unfold, not always loudly, but always faithfully. I am not done. Not with your story, not with this chapter, not with you. You've looked at your reflection and asked questions that no one else can hear. Why am I still here? What am I supposed to do with all this pain? Will it ever get better? I've heard those questions, every one of them, and I have not turned away from you, not once. When others didn't notice your silent cries, I did. When you wanted to disappear, I drew closer. You may not have felt it, but I was holding you even then. What if I told you that even now, blessings are forming beneath the surface? That while you've been surviving, I've been planting. That every struggle, every season of confusion, every tear has been watering something sacred in your soul. You see the brokenness, but I see the becoming. I know what is being born in you through this pain. You want it to end. I understand. But even more than an end, I want you to discover what can only be found in this place. A strength that is not your own. A peace that doesn't come from answers, but from presence. My presence. You often think blessings must look a certain way, big, bold, and immediate. But my blessings are often quiet, steady, and deeply personal. They are not always about fixing your situation. Sometimes they are about transforming your vision. Teaching you to see what truly matters. Inviting you to find treasure in unexpected places. The very place you are standing now, this place of discomfort, waiting, or sorrow, may become the sacred ground where your heart awakens to what can no longer be ignored. That I have always been with you, and I have always been enough. I'm not afraid of your doubts. I'm not threatened by your questions. I would rather have you come to me in honesty than stay silent in shame. Come as you are, uncertain, wounded, hopeful, afraid. Bring the full weight of your heart. I can carry it. I want to carry it. And in return, I will give you something the world cannot. Perspective, peace, and the ability to see blessings where others only see ashes. You may think you've missed your chance, that you're too far behind, too broken, too late. Let me tell you something you need to hear. I do not work on human timelines. I redeem time. I restore what was lost. I reopen doors that were slammed shut, and I rebuild what others said was beyond repair. You are not too late. You are right on time. My time. Do you remember when you were younger, when your heart dreamed more freely, when joy came easily, and life felt full of promise? I remember. I placed that sense of wonder in you. And though the world may have dimmed it, though pain may have made it harder to dream, I have not let it die. I am reigniting it now, not with empty promises, but with holy assurance. You are not forgotten. You are not disqualified. You are being reshaped, refined, and readied for a life that will reflect the deep beauty born from endurance. Blessings come to those who stay open, who don't let bitterness win, who dare to hope again, even when nothing changes. You may not see the fruit yet, but the roots are growing. Your hope is not foolish. Your faith is not wasted. I see every quiet act of trust, the way you get out of bed when it would be easier to stay down, the way you keep showing up for people when your heart feels empty, the way you whisper, "Help me," in the dark. Those moments matter more than you know. They are laying the foundation for blessings that will not just visit you, but remain with you. I'm not asking you to pretend things are easy. I'm asking you to believe they're not meaningless. Nothing you've been through is wasted. I know how to weave even your hardest chapters into something beautiful. Not despite the pain, but through it. When you look back, you will not just see the storm. You will see how I carried you through it. You will remember the exact moment peace came when it shouldn't have. The smile that returned out of nowhere. The person who showed up unexpectedly. The decision you almost didn't make, but did, that changed everything. These are the fingerprints of blessings you didn't see coming, but I was sending them all along. And what about the miracle? Yes, it's still coming. It may not look how you pictured. It may not arrive when you planned. But it will come, because I am not done working in your life. My miracles are not limited to certain people or perfect conditions. They are available to hearts willing to believe, even in the dark, even now, especially now. So let the process do its work. Let hope rise again, slowly, steadily, as you trust that something good is growing. Don't rush the miracle. Don't force the blessing. Just stay close to me. Watch, wait, and know. The best things often arrive when you least expect them. There is something sacred about the moments when everything feels like too much. Not because I desire your suffering, but because it's in those exact moments that your heart opens to me in a deeper way. When your strength ends, that's where mine begins to carry you. You may not always recognize it. It may not feel like light pouring in through the clouds. Sometimes it feels more like barely hanging on, like choosing to breathe again even when it hurts. And that, beloved, is holy ground. You may wonder why I allow pain at all, why life feels unfair, why others seem to have it easier, why things fall apart when you've prayed so hard. I see those questions rise in you. They do not offend me. In fact, they are proof of your hunger for meaning, your desire for justice, your longing for truth. And I promise you, none of that longing is in vain. But the answers you seek do not always come in the form of explanations. They come as invitations. I'm not calling you to understand everything. I'm calling you to walk with me through it. I know how it feels to be misunderstood, overlooked, underestimated. You have experienced rejection from people who were supposed to care, from opportunities that seemed perfect, from dreams you gave your whole heart to. But what if I told you that nothing good is ever truly lost in my hands? What if I told you that what looked like rejection was sometimes protection? That what you thought was a closed door was actually a redirection towards something better than you imagined? I am not the author of chaos, but I am the master of redemption. I don't waste detours. I fill them with meaning. Every no that confused you, every ending that broke your heart, I can use them all. And not just for comfort, but for transformation. I am not trying to return you to who you were before the storm. I am making you new. Faith and trust aren't just ideas. They are lived one small step at a time. They are practiced in the ordinary, in the decision to keep going, in the courage to forgive again, in the willingness to believe that something better could still be ahead. It's not always a loud declaration. Sometimes it's a quiet yes in your heart. That's where miracles begin. Do you know how much power there is in still believing after what you've been through? That's not weakness. That's strength rooted in grace. That's you reflecting my image more than you know, because even though life has hurt you, you're still open to healing. Even though people have failed you, you're still choosing to love. Even though you've cried alone, you're still reaching out. That is the kind of faith I cherish, not polished, but persistent. Not perfect, but honest. Blessings often come in unexpected shapes. They arrive when you're not looking for them, a message that speaks directly to what you needed, a shift in your perspective that changes everything, a quiet peace that rests over your heart like a warm blanket. These moments are not random. They are not luck. They are me, loving you through the storm. You felt like giving up more times than you've admitted, but you didn't, and that matters. Every time you chose to hope again, even for a moment, you partnered with me in ways you couldn't see. Heaven noticed. Your quiet victories matter in the spiritual realm. You are not invisible in your fight. And those dreams you think are too broken to ever live again, I haven't forgotten them. I remember the dreams you whispered late at night when you thought no one heard. I remember the joy that lit up your face when you dared to imagine something beautiful for your life. I remember, and I still care. Some of those dreams may return in new forms. Some may be replaced by something greater, but none of them are wasted. Every one of them has led you closer to your true self, the person I designed you to be. You are still becoming. You are not finished. Your best days are not behind you. They are unfolding, even now. You may not feel it, but I'm preparing you for blessings your heart will recognize when they come. And yes, they will come. Unexpected, yes, but unmistakable. So open your hands again. Loosen the grip on what you thought it had to be. Let go of the timelines you built. Trust that what's meant for you is not in the past. It's ahead, waiting to meet you as you move forward in faith. I know that's not always easy. I know your heart has been let down before, but I'm not like the others. I keep my promises. I finish what I start. Let me carry what you can't. Let me fill your empty spaces. Let me show you that even here, even now, you are surrounded by grace. Keep breathing. Keep walking. You're closer than you think. You've been walking with quiet strength for longer than most realize. Smiling when you didn't feel like it. Giving when you felt empty. Standing when you didn't think you could. That, beloved, is not weakness. That's a samrower. That's a soul aligned with courage. You may not have called it that, but I do. I've seen every hidden moment of faith, every act of kindness that cost you more than others will ever know. Every time you chose to keep believing, even when you were breaking inside. These things are not invisible in my kingdom. They are seeds of miracles. I don't measure your worth by your performance. I measure your heart by your willingness to trust me in the unseen. And you have trusted me, even when it felt like all you had was a thread of hope. But here's what you may not realize yet. That thread has held more weight than you think. It's anchored in something stronger than circumstances. It's tied to my eternal faithfulness, and it will never snap under the weight of your struggle. You've wondered what faith really looks like. It's not always loud. It's not always confident. Sometimes it's just showing up. It's lifting your head one more time. It's whispering, "Help me," even when you don't know what you're asking for. It's the quiet choice to keep going, and that is more than enough. I do not need your strength. I offer you mine. What I need is your yes, your willingness to believe that I can turn ashes into beauty, mourning into joy, fear into freedom. This is where unexpected blessings begin to take root, not always in changed circumstances, but in changed hearts, in the softening of pride, in the deepening of compassion, in the surrender of what you thought life had to be. Sometimes, my greatest gifts arrive wrapped in things you didn't ask for. A delay that saved you, a disappointment that redirected you, a loss that stripped away everything unnecessary so that you could see clearly again. I know it doesn't feel like a gift at the time. I know it hurts. But I promise you, nothing is wasted. Not one moment of it. I've seen people rise from ashes before. I've watched lives reshaped by the very pain that tried to destroy them, and I am doing the same for you, not in the same way, because you are not the same as anyone else, but in a way that fits you perfectly, that honors your journey, that redeems your wounds. I'm not interested in quick fixes. I'm after full restoration. And here's the miracle many miss. It's not just about surviving. It's about becoming someone who knows how to love deeper, live freer, trust wider. You're not going back to who you were. You're moving forward into someone more whole, more rooted, more alive than ever before. That's what this refining is about. You've waited, you've hoped. Sometimes you've questioned whether any of it mattered, but I assure you, your waiting has not been in vain. While you've waited, I've been working, preparing the way, lining up connections, healing places you didn't even know were wounded, softening hearts, including your own. You are not just passing time. You are being prepared. And what about the blessing? It will come. It may not look like what you imagined, but it will arrive in a way that makes sense to your soul. It may be the kind of peace you never thought possible, or a restored relationship you gave up on, or the strength to finally release what you've carried for too long. Sometimes the greatest blessings aren't additions, they're releases. Freedom from what once held you hostage. Look around. The signs are already there. The friend who checked in right when you needed it. The word that came at the exact moment your heart was breaking. The unexpected open door. The moment of laughter in the middle of sorrow. These are not small things, these are sacred signs. And more are coming. But I want you to know something even deeper. You are not loved more when blessings come. You are not loved less when they don't. My love for you is constant, steady, unchanging. The blessings are not a reward, they are this not what causes a reminder that I am near, that I see you, that I know what you need often before you do, and that I will never leave you without hope. You were made to walk through fire and come out refined, not ruined. And that is exactly what's happening now. The world may not see it, you may not always feel it, but heaven sees. I see, and I celebrate every quiet victory, every choice to keep believing, every small act of trust. The next chapter is not just coming, it's already unfolding, slowly, purposefully, like the sun rising after a long night. It may start dim, but light always grows. Let it rise in you. Stay open. Stay honest. Stay with me. There's a moment in every journey where you face the quiet decision no one sees. The choice to either close your heart to protect it or open it to let light in again. And though it may not feel like it, you've already made that decision. You are here. You are listening. You are still hoping. And that is no small thing. In a world that tells you to stay guarded, to never risk disappointment, your decision to remain open, even a little, is an act of courage. Do you know how powerful that is? So many blessings go unnoticed because they arrive in ways that don't fit our expectations. You look for answers in the form of escape or ease, but sometimes my answers come as endurance, as strength to walk through the fire rather than around it. And while you may not celebrate that kind of blessing at first, you'll look back and see how it forged something deep within you, something unshakable. Because the truth is, peace doesn't come from a life without struggle. It comes from knowing that no matter the storm, you will not face it alone. You've grown used to disappointment. It's tried to become your lens, clouding every new day with old fears. But I am gently peeling that lens away. You weren't made to live always expecting things to go wrong. You were made to believe again, to see with spiritual eyes, to walk through this world not hardened, but whole. That's what I'm restoring in you, your capacity to dream, your ability to trust, your gift of joy. You haven't lost these things forever. They've simply been buried under survival. But I am calling them forth again. Not because life will suddenly be easy, but because I am teaching you to see blessings even in the in-between. That's where the miracle truly lives. In the unseen, in the slow becoming. You may feel like your life has been on pause, like everyone else is moving forward while you are stuck. But my timing is not a punishment. It's a preparation. I care more about who you are becoming than how fast you get there. And what I'm building in you now, patience, compassion, resilience, will carry you farther than any shortcut ever could. The world rushes. I cultivate. And yes, I am still a God of miracles, not just the kind that part seas or raise the dead, though I still do those too, but the kind that reshape hearts. The miracle of forgiveness where there was only bitterness. The miracle of laughter after years of silence. The miracle of courage when you thought fear had won. You are closer to a miracle than you know. Not because you've done everything right, but because I've never stopped being with you. Unexpected blessings don't just change your circumstances. They change your understanding. They remind you that I am not limited by what you see, that I don't need ideal conditions to do something holy, that I can turn even the messiest moments into sacred ground. Look at your life again. Look closely. Where has healing already begun? What burdens feel a little lighter than before? What quiet shifts have you noticed? These are not random. They are the beginning. You are not being left behind. You are being led, gently, precisely, lovingly. Every delay, every closed door, every moment of confusion has been woven with care. I don't rush what I love, and I love you beyond words. You may not be where you hope to be by now, but can you trust that where you are is not the end? That something good is being written even here? You've made it through storms that tried to erase you. You've survived things that should have crushed you. And yet, here you are, still becoming, still breathing, still reaching. That alone is a testimony. Let your heart rest today in this truth. You're not missing your life. You are in it, and it is sacred. Right here, right now, even if it's messy, even if it's quiet, even if you don't understand it yet. This part counts too. So breathe. Receive what I'm giving you in this moment. Comfort, clarity, hope that defies logic. Let it settle in you. Let it reawaken the parts of you that stopped believing miracles were for people like you. They are. They always were. You don't have to force anything, just stay open. Stay near. I will do what only I can do, in the most surprising ways. There are places in your heart you've kept guarded for a long time, corners marked by disappointment, areas shadowed by fear, memories wrapped in silent grief. And though others may not know those parts of you, I do. I see the weight you've carried, the things you've learned to live with, but never really healed from. You've grown strong in many ways, but in these hidden places, you still feel small, still wonder if anything good can come from what hurt you. Let me speak to those places now. Nothing in you is beyond my reach. Nothing in your story is unusable. I take the very things you wish had never happened, the losses, the betrayals, the failures, and I turn them into spaces where glory can shine. I am not intimidated by what's broken. I'm drawn to it, because where there is pain, there is potential for my love to do something miraculous. You may not understand how, and that's okay. Understanding is not your burden. Trust is, and I know that trusting again feels risky. When you've been let down enough times, you start expecting it. You prepare yourself for disappointment, just in case. But living like that, always waiting for the other shoe to drop, steals the joy right out of your hands. It tells you you're safer, with a guarded heart. But I want to show you something different. You are safest when your heart is in my hands, open and soft, even if it trembles. That's where unexpected blessings come, not when you have it all figured out, but when you're willing to believe again, even a little. When you take the risk of expecting something good, when you say, maybe this time will be different. That's not naivete, that's faith. And faith always pleases my heart. I'm not asking you to pretend. I'm asking you to be honest with me, to tell me what hurts, to tell me what you've stopped praying for because it seemed too painful to hope. Bring me your silence. Bring me your numbness. I'm not put off by any of it. In fact, those are the very offerings I welcome. Because when you offer me your truth, I offer you mine. And my truth is this: you are deeply loved, fully known, and completely surrounded by my care. I am weaving things together even now. I am moving in ways you cannot yet see. And no, not everything will make sense. Not yet. But you will see enough to know you were never abandoned. You will witness just enough to realize you were never ignored. That the blessing didn't pass you by. It was simply waiting for the right moment to meet you where you needed it most. You're not a victim of randomness. You're under my care. And while life will always have its storms, there is a peace that exists not after the storm, but in it. That peace is me. That blessing, the one you thought you'd never experience, it's still on the way. Maybe not in the form you first imagined, but in a form your soul will recognize and welcome. Do you feel tired of waiting? I know. And yet you've made it this far. That means something. That means there's a strength inside you, one you don't always give yourself credit for. That means hope has survived all this time, even if only in whispers. And here's what I want you to know. I can work with a whisper. I can do miracles with mustard seed faith. I always have. There's no formula for how blessings arrive. Some will come through people. Some will come through opportunities. Some will come in quiet, unexpected ways that leave you breathless. Not because everything changed, but because you changed. And sometimes the greatest miracle is not the shift in your situation, but the healing in your soul. I'm not asking for perfection. I'm asking for partnership. Will you walk with me, even when the road feels uncertain? Will you trust me with the parts of your story that still ache? Will you believe, even if just for a moment, that something good is possible again? That's where the miracle starts. I'm already moving. You don't have to earn it. You just have to stay open, stay willing, stay close to me. I'll take care of the rest. There is something I want you to hold on to now, not because your life will suddenly become easy, but because your heart is ready to receive it. The assurance that you are not just surviving. You are rising. And not in some distant future. Now, even in the shadows of your uncertainty, light is growing. Even in your waiting, transformation is already happening. You may not have noticed it yet, but I have. I see the strength you've built in silence. I see the tenderness you've chosen when bitterness would have been easier. These are the signs of something sacred being formed. You've wondered what it means to live in purpose when life feels like a series of unanswered questions. You think that clarity must come before movement. But I tell you, movement is often what brings clarity. One faithful step, one act of kindness, one prayer breathed through tears. That's how purpose unfolds. Not as a grand reveal, but as a slow and faithful uncovering of who you truly are and who you've always been to me. You were created for more than just getting through. You were created to carry my light into dark places, even the ones you've been in yourself. That pain you've known, it wasn't the end of your story. It's becoming the place from which you speak life to others. You don't have to have all the answers. You just have to be willing to be real. To say, I've been there, and even here, God didn't leave me. Unexpected blessings are not just things I give to you, they're also things I grow in you. Compassion, patience, gentleness, bravery. These are not small. They are miracles in their own right, signs that my Spirit is at work within you, changing what was hardened into something soft and strong. And here's what's even more beautiful. The blessings that grow within you will begin to overflow from you. You'll become the answer to someone else's prayer. You'll speak a word that lifts someone from despair without even realizing the weight of what you said. You'll carry peace into rooms that once held only fear, not because you're trying to be perfect, but because you've allowed yourself to be transformed by love. There is joy in this kind of becoming. A joy not dependent on how much you accomplish, but on how present you are to what I'm doing inside you. That's the miracle many miss, the internal resurrection that happens when you let go of control and begin to trust my rhythm instead of your own. I know you still face challenges. I know some nights you wonder if any of this truly matters, but let me assure you, it does. The small acts of faith you perform each day echo in ways you can't see yet. The seeds you're planting in quiet obedience will grow into blessings far beyond your own life. This is legacy. This is kingdom work. And it starts with hearts like yours, surrendered, willing, and full of holy hunger. Sometimes you ask for answers, and instead I give you peace. Sometimes you want the door to open, and I invite you to rest in the hallway a little longer, not as punishment, but as preparation. I am never withholding what is good from you. I'm shaping you to receive it fully. I know what kind of weight your soul can carry. I know when it's time. And when the blessing comes, and it will, you'll realize it was never really delayed. It was being refined, just like you. Do you see it now? The miracle is not just what happens to you. It's who you become in the waiting. It's how you keep your heart tender, how you keep choosing hope, how you let love lead when fear tries to hold you back. You're not the same person you were at the beginning of this journey, and that is something worth celebrating. You are more grounded, more discerning, more full of grace, and while the world may not see it, I do. Heaven does. And every step you've taken toward me, no matter how wobbly, has moved mountains in the spirit. I know you still have dreams you've tucked away, prayers you've stopped praying, and hopes that feel too fragile to speak aloud. Let me breathe life into them again. Let me show you that I am still the God of surprise endings, sudden turnarounds, and beauty from broken pieces. You are not forgotten. You are not behind. You are not lost. You are in process. You are being led. You are on holy ground. Keep going. There's more ahead than you can imagine. You didn't stumble into this moment by chance. You were led here. Every turn, every tear, every detour, I've been with you through it all, guiding you with hands you couldn't always see, and whispering words of hope you didn't always hear. But you heard just enough, you felt just enough. Enough to keep going, to keep seeking, to keep your heart cracked open even when life gave you every reason to shut it down. That small spark inside you, that longing, that ache, that persistent sense that something more is possible, that's always been me. You don't have to wait for everything to fall perfectly into place to know you're blessed. Look again. You're still standing, still breathing, still believing. Those are miracles. Not every blessing arrives in a thunderstorm of glory. Some come like soft rain falling on dry ground, unnoticed at first, but life-giving in ways that change everything. I've been watering your soul through moments you thought were lifeless. And now, slowly, things are starting to grow. I know you've questioned my timing, wondered why answers came late or not at all. But beloved, I have never been careless with your story. My delays are not denials. They are divine pauses filled with purpose. I don't withhold out of cruelty. I prepare out of love. Because what I have for you is not just for your comfort. It's for your calling. And I will not hand you something you're not yet ready to carry with joy. Do not mistake silence for absence. I have been speaking in a language deeper than words, through the unfolding of days, through unexpected kindness, through the strength you didn't know you had until you needed it. I am not done speaking. I am not done blessing. I am not done with you. There's a shift happening now. It's quiet, but real. Your spirit knows it. You've been walking through the valley, yes, but there is light ahead. It's not a fantasy. It's not wishful thinking. It's a promise. And I always keep my promises. You will see beauty where you once saw only ashes. You will feel joy in places where sorrow has lived too long. You will look at yourself and see not the wounds, but the healing. Not the lack, but the fullness. Because I have been rewriting the narrative of your life, not erasing the pain, but redeeming it. You may still carry some of the old weight. That's okay. Healing is a process. But now, instead of shame, I'm placing honor. Instead of fear, courage. Instead of despair, deep hope. You've been a witness to your own transformation. And now, others will be too. Because the blessings I'm pouring into your life aren't meant to stop with you. They're meant to flow through you. What you've endured will become your authority. What broke you will become what equips you. And the very things that tried to silence your voice will only make it stronger. You are not a victim of your story. You are a vessel of my glory. And nothing, absolutely nothing, will be wasted. So take heart. The waiting was not empty. The journey was not in vain. You've been walking straight into the blessing, even when it felt like wandering. And now the air is shifting, the wind is changing, and you're stepping into a new season. Not because the battle is over, but because you've been changed in the battle. Stronger, softer, wiser, more aware of me. This is the beginning of the fulfillment, not the end of your need, but the beginning of your deep, unshakable confidence that I am who I said I am, that I will do what I promised. So let go of the fear that nothing will change. Let go of the worry that you've missed it. Let go of the shame that says you're not enough. You are here, you are ready, you are mine. And the miracle? It's already on the way. You've walked a long road to get here, through heartache and silence, through unanswered questions and quiet prayers. But now, stand still for a moment and take this in. You made it. Not because you had all the strength, but because you let me carry you when yours ran out. You may not have realized it, but with every step, you've been leaning into grace. And now, grace is what will carry you forward. The path behind you may be marked with pain, but the one ahead, it's marked with promise. No, it won't be without struggle. Life on this earth will always hold tension, but the difference now is what you carry inside you. Not just faith, but fire. Not just hope, but confidence. The kind that comes from knowing you've already seen my hand move, and it will move again. Blessings will continue to come, not because life has suddenly become perfect, but because you're now able to see what's always been true. I am with you. That awareness alone changes everything. It allows you to walk into each day not asking, will this be the day things finally get better? But instead declaring, this day is already good because God is in it with me. You've been waiting for miracles to fall from the sky, but now you know they rise from the ground beneath your feet, from the places where your faith took root in tears and trust. Every breakthrough, every opportunity, every answered prayer that's coming is being built on the foundation of your endurance. You may not realize how much you've grown, but I do, and others will too. They'll see the strength in your smile, the peace in your presence, the resilience in your words. You won't even have to explain. Your life will speak for itself. What's next, huh? Keep walking, keep loving. Keep your hands open and your eyes lifted. Don't search for perfection. Look for purpose. Don't chase what others have. Trust what I'm building just for you. And don't be afraid to bless others as you've been blessed. Your story, every jagged edge and every soft moment, is sacred. It was never just about your healing. It was always about making you a healing presence in a hurting world. The blessings will keep coming. Some will be loud and undeniable. Others will be quiet and hidden in everyday moments. In a conversation, a sunrise, a deep breath, a sudden peace. And the miracles, they'll find you in the most ordinary days, because they are already woven into the fabric of your life. You are living a miracle, becoming one, even now. My beloved child, I have heard your cries in the secret place where your soul reaches out for my presence. I have seen the tears that roll down your cheeks in moments of heartbreak, and I have also witnessed the silent sighs. You've breathed when no words could ever express the weight you felt inside. I come to you now, with my heart full of love and my arms wide open to gather you near. I come because you have called upon me with faith and sincerity, and I delight in the tender sound of your voice. I want you to know, beyond any shadow of doubt, that I am the Lord your God, the one who formed you and breathed life into your being. I am the one who knit every fiber of your existence and placed in you my image that you might reflect my glory. You have asked me to visit your home, to come near and bring transformation. Indeed, I'm here at the threshold, knocking with gentle persistence, waiting for your invitation to step across that boundary of your heart. I want to reassure you that when I come, I do not come merely to observe. I come to create change, to bring redemption, healing, and the shining hope of a bright future. My power is limitless, and there is no situation beyond the reach of my hand. There is no darkness so dense that the light of my love cannot penetrate it. There is no desert so barren that my living waters cannot cause new life to spring forth. Listen closely, for in your faith, there is a key that opens doors to the miraculous. Even so, I do not love you only when you stand strong in faith. My heart is moved by your every breath, your every tear, your every trembling step along this journey of life. I see you in all your frailty and imperfection, and still my love remains steadfast and unchanging. I am for you in the moments when you display unshakable faith, and I am also for you in the moments when your faith is weak. My mercy does not depend on your perfection. I come to you in any condition because you are mine. Right now I see your suffering. I know how your heart aches under the weight of burdens that seem impossible to carry. Even if you feel unworthy, even if you've made mistakes, I still wrap you in my boundless love, which heals you without judgment. In my presence you can rest. I hold you close in comforting arms, whispering words of assurance that no matter how loud the world roars, my voice of comfort will prevail in your heart. When you feel so overwhelmed, you can't speak, remember that I am here, listening patiently, never interrupting you or pushing you aside. I want you to recognize your longing for me, because deep within your spirit, you sense that I alone can fill that emptiness. When your own strength has reached its limit, that is the perfect moment to acknowledge how much you need me. I see the desert you are traversing, the wilderness season where the sun's scorching heat seems to burn away every drop of hope. You cry out, wondering if there is an end to this barren place. You wonder if there is still a purpose for you amidst trials that appear unending. Believe me when I say, I am with you, even in this wilderness. My hand is upon you, shielding you from threats you are not even aware of. Though the desert stretches out before your eyes, you must trust that my living streams are closer than you think. Where you see nothing but dust and stones, I see a pathway to purify, refine, and prepare you for something greater. Just as gold must be tested in the fire to emerge sparkling, so shall you emerge from your afflictions shining brighter than before. Through the searing difficulty, you will see aspects of your character sharpened. You will become more compassionate, more open to my leading, more aware of your calling, because my fire, though intense, is not meant to destroy you, but to refine you. I want you to keep your heart pure. Even if I exalt you before people, it is not my intention for you to become prideful or lord that elevation over others. No, I lift you up so you can extend your hand to those who have stumbled. I want you to know the compassion that stoops to help your fellow brother or sister rise from defeat. As I raise you to new heights, let your heart overflow with gratitude and humility. In that humility, you will find a deeper bond with me, a closeness that reveals my heart for the broken and wounded. Let go of anger, vanity, fear, and doubt. Those are the chains that keep you from receiving my fullness. Do not glance over your shoulder at the past, because what lies ahead is far more glorious than what lies behind. Look around your life right now and find reasons to be grateful, big or small. Practice a heart of thanksgiving. It will steer you onto the path of joy. Set your mind on virtue, fill your heart with honesty and grace, and walk with a clear conscience. You are worth more than all the silver and gold in the world. Your family is worth more than any measure of fame or fortune. Do not weep over earthly treasures that fade, for the things of real value are the treasures of heaven. Love, loyalty, faith, hope, and the promise of eternity with me. When material things slip through your fingers, remember that my hand holds everything you truly need. I am your provider. If you stay in my presence, you will never lack provision. I will open the windows of heaven and pour out blessings that surprise you. You will witness doors swinging open before you in places you least expected. Opportunities will appear, and it will feel like the sweet rain of grace pouring into your life. Do not let your heart sink in despair if obstacles appear. Sometimes these roadblocks are stepping stones for a far greater blessing. I have the power to shift, rearrange, and mold circumstances for your good. Even adversity can be a precursor to a miracle that displays my glory. Prepare to manage wisely what I give you. Seek wisdom from my word so you can grow the gifts and talents I've placed within you. Keep your motives pure. I caution you not to chase fame or wealth for their own sake. They can draw you into bondage if you let them rule your heart. Remember, your life is valuable because of who you are in me, not because of what you accumulate. Let the pursuit of deeper spiritual heights be your greatest priority. Dig into my word like an explorer in search of the most precious treasure. Learn more of my heart, discern my voice, and watch how I reveal deep mysteries to you. Open your eyes in faith, for I have wonders to show you. Miracles that will stir your spirit and ignite your praises. Guard your health and safeguard your family relationships. Do not put off the tasks I've set before you. Manage each day with diligence. If you ignore the small responsibilities now, they can become overwhelming burdens later. I don't want you to be caught off guard when deadlines loom or decisions press upon you. Act with courage and stand firm. Let the heart I fashioned in you show its boldness. You may feel frightened at times, but the seeds of bravery are already in your spirit. Whether you feel bold or not, step forward into the good works I have prepared for you, trusting that I am with you and will not let you fail. What do you truly have to lose? If someone rejects you for choosing righteousness, place them in my hands. Pray for them with sincerity, but don't allow their negativity to pollute your mind or deter you from making the right choices. My child, it can only harm you to take advice from those determined to walk into an abyss of their own making. I stand beside you, longing to grant you the wisdom and support you need. Just keep me first, above your dreams, above your fears, above your relationships, and watch how I orchestrate a destiny that is beyond anything you could have planned alone. My blessings will overflow in your life, intangible riches that surpass the temporary values of a broken world. If you feel weary or cast aside, know that I breathe new life into you at this very moment. Like a seed buried in the soil, you may feel darkness pressing in, but that is the very space where miracles happen, where new shoots spring forth toward the light. Let me resurrect your hope, your faith, and your desire to thrive. I bring beauty from ashes, honor from shame, and testimonies from trials. You will find that those around you and even future generations will be astonished at the blessings you carry. Like a crown upon your head, my favor will rest on you. Your home will become a dwelling place of my glory. Believe what I say, for my words are not empty promises. They are living truth that shakes the foundations of impossibility. I call you son. I call you daughter. I am nearer than your every heartbeat, closer than the air you inhale and exhale. There is no trial that can overshadow my presence in you. Stand firm in faith. Stand firm in love. Your future is secure within my hands because I'm the one who shapes your destiny. Provision flows from me, not from the frail systems of this world. I am your peace, your shield, your portion when you feel empty and alone. Let your heart rest in this knowledge. My power is far greater than any mountain that looms before you, and your faith, even if it feels small as a mustard seed, is enough to move those mountains. Do not look to other people or institutions as your ultimate source of deliverance. I can use them as instruments, yes, but your trust must remain firmly anchored in me. When you find yourself in need, spiritually, emotionally, or physically, turn your gaze heavenward. Reach for me. Set out on the path I've illuminated before you, one step at a time, even if you can't see where it leads. My provision meets you along that journey, unfolding with every faithful step. If storms rage around you, they cannot extinguish the fire of your faith which I have kindled deep within. If the voices of the world rise up in chaos, let my voice guide you and sustain your spirit. Whenever you sense that your faith wavers, remember how I rescued you in the past. Recall the time you called my name in the darkest hour, and I pulled you up, set your feet on solid ground, and wrapped you in my love. Trace the pattern of my hand in your story. Let it remind you that I will never abandon you, especially not when you are on the verge of seeing great breakthroughs. So many of the blessings you've yearned for are on the horizon. It's not time to quit. It's not time to allow fear and doubt to steal the answers you've been praying for. Yes, you have stumbled before, taken steps outside my will, neglected to seek my counsel, but I remained by your side. I never left. Once again, place your burdens on my altar. Lay down the anxiety and the constant worrying. I speak peace to your troubled soul. I fill your heart with divine encouragement so you can press forward. I will accompany you into the conversations you dread, the conflicts that intimidate you, and the realms of possibility you never imagined entering. I stand beside you as a champion, a defender, and a faithful friend. You will not be defeated when I'm by your side. Your dreams, aligned with my wisdom, will flourish like a tree planted by streams of water, bearing fruit in the proper season. If you have me, you lack nothing. Beloved child, I'm knocking at your door. Are you willing to let me in? I desire to reshape every area of your life and unleash my power in astonishing ways. No scarcity shall take residence in your home, and no threat will lay hold of your family. My abundance is like a river, bursting its banks with blessings for those who remain faithful. You have spent years seeking my face, praying, fasting, shedding tears in quiet sincerity, placing me first in everything you do. I cherish your faithfulness, even when it felt like the heavens were silent. I have marked your devotion, and now the time of reaping is at hand. As you move forward, open your heart wide. You will see me bringing joy, health, and rejuvenation to your household. Where there was once gloom, I bring radiant light. Where there was once worry, I bring the tranquility of knowing my promises stand forever. Let my words sink deep into your heart and strengthen you. I am not a God who breaks a promise. Everything I have declared, I will fulfill. Prepare yourself to receive a shift so profound that you will never again be able to settle for your old ways of thinking. No more living in perpetual worry and discouragement. When my blessing comes, it also brings the wisdom to steward it correctly. I don't want you to waste what I give. Rather, I want you to partner with me in making it multiply and become a blessing for many others. Be grateful. Trust that your life is already changing from the inside out. I have guided you through seasons of planting, seasons of weeping, times when you felt everything you sowed was swallowed by the soil. Yet each tear you shed, each prayer you whispered, each sacrifice you made out of love, none of it was in vain. I have observed you in your afflictions, and my grace and mercy were poured out to sustain you. You believed in my love when the storms raged. You clung to hope, even when the wind howled that all was lost. So yes, you overcame. Because you believed in my unfailing nature, I set my angels around you as a protective shield. Now comes the season of abundant harvest. The seeds of faith you planted in tears are about to sprout into 1,000 testimonies of my goodness. Your family will witness the beauty of what I do when someone places their trust fully in me. They will marvel at the exponential increase that unfolds when my hand blesses the work of your hands. For I, the Lord of hosts, hold infinite resources. Nothing is too hard for me. You are worthy of receiving more than you have ever dared to imagine. Let your childlike faith arise once again. In humility, you stood before me all these years, not boasting, but quietly trusting. That posture of humility is what opens the floodgates of heaven. Indeed, I will lead you to new paths, new territories. Doors that once seemed locked will open before you. Your home will be suffused with my presence. It pleases me to assure you of how deeply I understand every burden you carry, every secret longing, every unspoken concern. I have counted each sigh and bottled each tear. Nothing escapes my notice. Even when you feel your heart grown heavy from discouragement, I will not let you fall. My strong hand reaches out to hold you, even if you can scarcely raise your eyes to meet my gaze. In moments when desperation knocks on the door of your mind, remember that I am the anchor of your soul. Come to me. Lay down those loads you've been staggering under. The sorrow, the restlessness, the loneliness. I am here to wash it all away and to awaken in you a fresh desire to live wholeheartedly. Together we will overcome every pain, every trauma, every regret. This is not the end for you. It is the beginning of a new chapter I have written in my unfailing love. Perhaps you question how I can speak to you so intimately. You wonder if it's truly my voice or just your own wishful thinking. But hear me. I am the shepherd who calls his sheep by name, and you, dear one, are my beloved sheep. I purchased you at a price beyond any earthly value, my own blood poured out so you could know freedom and acceptance forever. This is how I prove my devotion to you. I yearn for your well-being. I long for your heart to experience the fullness of joy found in my presence. My love is not fleeting like human affection can be. My love is perfect, faithful, and enduring. I want you to rejoice in the life I've given you. Yes, there will be challenges. but each challenge is an opportunity to see my faithfulness in action. Think back and remember, how many times did you think all was lost, only to watch me intervene at the final hour? Recount those stories and keep them close. They are testimonies of my constant involvement in your life. I cherish the moment you first said yes to me, the day your spirit awakened to realize that I am your father and your friend. If you could see the grand celebration that took place in heaven in that moment, your heart would burst with joy. Every day when you rise, I stand ready with words of hope. I want you to open your eyes with the expectancy that new mercies greet you. I desire to fill your thoughts with divine encouragement. Instead of letting negativity define your morning, invite me in with a simple whisper, "Lord, here I am." Then feel how I flood your mind with heavenly perspective, reminding you that you are not alone, that all the resources of heaven are at your disposal through prayer and faith. Even if people scorn you or belittle your devotion, pay them no mind. I know your sincerity. I alone see your heart in the stillness. Let their words of doubt fade away. You are destined for victory, never for permanent defeat. I did not create you to live under condemnation or constant guilt. Some might point their fingers at you, highlighting every flaw, every stumble, every shortcoming. But I hold no record of your sins. They were erased by the blood of my Son, and I remember them no more. Therefore, when shame tries to resurrect memories of past failures, cut it off with the truth of who you are. A redeemed soul, robed in my righteousness. I see how you've been misunderstood by those closest to you. I hear the secret wounds you carry from careless words or betrayal. Yet, I ask you not to harbor resentment. Anger and bitterness only feed the darkness that tries to engulf your heart. Instead, trust me to be your vindicator. Offer forgiveness, as I have forgiven you. By releasing the pain to me, you create space for my healing presence to fill your life. Do not fear that you'll become vulnerable by forgiving. In truth, it is the path to your greatest freedom. You have a journey ahead of you that holds beauty, hope, and promise. I'm weaving every thread of your experiences, both joyful and heartbreaking, into a tapestry that will shine with my glory. The enemy has tried to convince you that your past disqualifies you. But I tell you, it is precisely your willingness to rise after each fall that makes you a beacon of hope for others who've stumbled on the same path. Nothing is wasted in my kingdom, especially not your tears. I collect each one as precious. They hold immeasurable value because they reflect your genuine heart, and I can use them to water seeds of compassion in your soul. Each time you step into my presence, you are renewed. You draw from a wellspring that never runs dry. When you feel discouraged by the relentless pace of life, pause and realign your focus. Let my voice overshadow the noise of daily demands. Turn off the endless chatter of worry, if only for a few moments, and breathe in my peace. In quiet trust, you will rediscover the strength to face any challenge. The more time you spend with me, the more you resemble my character. Patient, kind, courageous, and full of love. I want the world to see me shining through you. This is how we spread light in the midst of darkness. When you open the scriptures, read them as though they were my personal letters to you. Let each phrase stir your faith, ignite your imagination, and draw you into deeper intimacy with me. My word is alive and active. It can break chains that have long bound you. It can plant seeds of faith that produce fruit for generations. It can guide you away from pitfalls and into blessings. Embrace it as your daily bread, the nourishment for your soul. I stand beside you as you read, ready to whisper insight into your spirit, to explain mysteries, and to confirm my promises. I'm not looking to punish you at every mistake. Rather, I am the potter, shaping you gently, skillfully, with great affection. I see the masterpiece within the unformed clay. I see what you cannot yet see. When you encounter trials, don't let them form a wedge between us. Let them bring you closer, pressing into my comfort and presence. Even if you've run from me before, I was never far behind, calling you back. And now that you stand on the doorstep of a new phase in your life, do not let the ghosts of yesterday deter you. Your past is covered by my grace, and your future is in my hands. So unburden your heart, child of mine. Speak to me about everything, your fears, your dreams, the little worries that nip at your peace, and the large anxieties that loom over your thoughts. Lay them before me, and watch how I lovingly sort them out, showing you which ones need your attention and which ones you can simply release. Trust that I know best. Trust that my timing is perfect, even when you cannot see how the pieces will come together. Your identity is not defined by failures or by the judgments of others. It is defined by my voice calling you worthy. Allow my word to shape your self-understanding. Let it reveal to you the spiritual authority I've entrusted to you as my child. You carry my spirit within you, and that spirit has power to conquer, to heal, and to break the hold of negativity in your life. Let it shine through every aspect of your being, your words, your actions, your relationships, your secret thoughts. If you wonder how you will make it through tomorrow, hold on to the promise that I am already in your tomorrow. I reside outside the limitations of time. I see the beginning, the middle, and the end. I am the Alpha and the Omega, and I have never lost control of your destiny. Even in the darkest nights, the sun will rise. So it is with your seasons of trial. They too shall pass, giving way to an outpouring of blessing, an open door to a new dimension of faith. I have plans for you, and they are plans to prosper you, to fill you with hope, and to provide a future that reflects my unending love. When those around you speak words of defeat, let my truth drown out their voices. Let me remind you that you were never created to live in despair. Even if you have faced ridicule or rejection, know that my approval supersedes human disapproval. My love is the ground beneath your feet. People might call you a failure, but to me, you are cherished. I see seeds of greatness in you, seeds that are poised to sprout as you water them with belief in my promises. Be courageous, for I am forever with you, forging a way where there seems to be no way. Stay consistent in your devotion. Day after day, keep your gaze fixed on me, even if everything else pulls at your attention. When you wake up, center your first thoughts on gratitude. Thank me for life, breath, another day to see miracles unfold. When you lay your head down at night, do so with a heart of praise, recounting the blessings you received, the lessons you learned, the strength I gave you to overcome challenges. In this rhythm of gratitude, your heart will remain soft and pliable in my hands. You often ask me for signs, for reassurance that I'm working on your behalf. Sometimes I speak through gentle nudges in your spirit. Sometimes I send a timely word through a friend or a verse that perfectly addresses your situation. Other times, I paint majestic sunsets or place small wonders in your path just to show you I am near. Do not rush past these tokens of my affection. Let them remind you that I am intimately involved in the details of your life, from the grand to the mundane. Do not fall prey to those who promise you the world yet do not know me. Discern my voice above the clamor of pretenders. I do not manipulate you with empty promises. I fulfill my word in due season, often surpassing your wildest dreams. Some may talk loudly of my name, but my true ambassadors speak with humility, pointing you back to me, not to themselves. Be wise, be vigilant. Ground yourself in truth, and no counterfeit will deceive you. When you share your testimony, miracles follow. Do not keep your stories of deliverance locked away. Let your mouth declare my goodness, for in your words, others will find hope. The storm that tried to break you is now a platform for my glory. And every time you recount my faithfulness, you strengthen your own spirit as well as those who listen. Speak boldly. If your knees shake, speak anyway. Courage is not the absence of fear, it's action taken. In spite of it, bolstered by the knowledge that I stand with you. Yes, the world can be terrifying. Countries wage wars, economies falter, and fear spreads like a plague. But my child, you belong to a kingdom that cannot be shaken. I have not called you to succumb to the chaos. I've empowered you to be a light that pierces the darkest horizon. Take heart, for I have overcome the world, and I have placed within you the same conquering spirit. Governments fail, institutions crumble, but my word endures through generations. Cling to that which is eternal, and watch how the temporal loses its power to intimidate you. There is a fresh season unfolding before you, one of deeper revelation. Expect new insights into my character. Expect answers to long-standing questions. Expect breakthroughs in personal struggles that have persisted for years. As you walk into this season with me, remain humble, remain teachable. The more you surrender your own agendas, the more space I have to work wonders in you. The more you yield your will, the more my will becomes clear to you. Let your heart be flexible in my hands like clay, for I am shaping you with infinite care. Sometimes you question whether it's too late for certain dreams. You wonder if your age, your past mistakes, or your lack of resources disqualify you from the vision I first birthed in your heart. Hear me now. As long as you have breath, it's never too late. When I sow a dream in your spirit, I am well able to bring it to fruition. Let your hope rise again. Dare to believe that I can restore lost time. Even where you see ruin, I see potential for resurrection. When I breathe upon dry bones, they live again. So it is with any dream you thought had died. Do not bury it in the graveyard of regret. Place it in my hands. Look around you and see how many people rely on your encouragement. Sometimes you underestimate the influence you carry. A single kind word can change the trajectory of someone's day, even someone's life. I want to use you to touch hearts. I have put seeds of compassion within you. Let them grow unafraid. Love lavishly. Forgive wholeheartedly. Give generously. These are the hallmarks of my children. Do not worry about running out. My supply is endless. The more you pour out, the more I will refill you with blessings that overflow. Yes, the enemy tried to entangle you. Yes, there were times you felt caged by depression, hopelessness, or self-doubt. But by my word, chains are shattered. Step out of that prison, for the door stands open now. The illusions that once convinced you there was no way out were only that. Illusions. The reality is that my grace sets you free, and you, precious child, are meant for freedom. Do not stay captive to the lies that told you you're unworthy. My truth declares otherwise. My truth invites you to run unshackled toward the destiny I set for you from the very beginning. Some have tried to lure you with empty promises, rituals, superstitions, false doctrines. They claim to offer power beyond me. They claim to provide shortcuts to prosperity or happiness. But do not be seduced. There's no power in heaven or earth greater than mine. Beware of any path that demands the compromise of your faith in me. Those paths lead to destruction. If you ever feel confusion creeping in, call upon my name and let me guide you back to clarity. I am never far from you. Feel the warmth of my presence right now. Sense the healing that flows like a gentle stream, washing away every stain of sorrow. Picture your heart as a garden, once overgrown with weeds of doubt, shame, and worry. But now, my hand is removing each weed. My hand is turning the soil, preparing it to receive seeds of hope and faith that will blossom into a radiant display of my glory. In this moment, say yes to my transformation. You do not have to remain stuck. The newness you crave is here. Rise, dear one. Shake off the dust of past defeats. The failures that used to define you are lost in the sea of my forgiveness. Instead, clothe yourself in the garment of praise. Let your lips form a melody of gratitude. When you worship me in spirit and truth, you open the gateway for my presence to flood your atmosphere. This is where real change happens, not by your might or power, but by my spirit. Mountains move, hearts mend, and visions crystallize in the place of true worship. Allow my love to envelop you like a warm cloak in the cold of night. Your determination to trust me each day is a precious offering, sweeter than any ritual or ceremony. I see your faith, and it moves my heart. I want you to dream bigger, to see yourself as I see you, a carrier of light, a vessel of blessing, a herald of my hope. Even if your voice trembles, do not remain silent. Declare my promises in every corner of your life. Speak them into your relationships, your workplace, your private thoughts. Let my word reverberate until every doubt is dispelled. And should you stumble in your efforts, remember, my hand is right there to catch you. I never scold you for trying and failing. In fact, I celebrate that you dared to step out of your comfort zone. For it is in those daring leaps of faith that you learn how truly dependable I am. It's in those moments that you see my power displayed, not your own. You are not called to rely on your finite abilities, but to rest in my infinite resources. I come again to remind you that you are not alone. The angels of heaven encamp around you, waging war against unseen forces that seek your harm. These mighty ones stand at attention, listening for my command, ready to guard you in all your ways. When you pray, things shift in the spiritual realm. Strongholds crumble, curses are broken, the atmosphere changes. Never underestimate the potency of prayer. It is the heartbeat of your relationship with me. Through prayer, you align your will with mine, and in that alignment, impossible situations begin to bow to my authority. Let your household be a sanctuary of my presence. Speak words of life within its walls. Let your loved ones hear declarations of faith rather than complaints of doubt. Let the fragrance of my love fill each room, turning your dwelling place into a beacon for all who enter. I promise you that as you invite me in, I will dwell there, and my peace will shield your home like a fortress. I will heal rifts in relationships, restoring what was broken. I will bring laughter where sorrow once resided. Know this, I have already written your future. I am the author and finisher of your faith. I hold every chapter of your life in my hand, from the prologue to the conclusion. So release the anxiety you feel over the unknown. Let my Holy Spirit guide you line by line, day by day. No evil plot can override my plan. I weave everything together for your good. Yes, even the painful moments, even the heartbreak, even the losses you thought would crush you. From those ashes, I'm crafting a story of redemption that will glorify my name and bring joy to your heart. When you are strong, I rejoice with you. When you are weak, lean on me. When the storms intensify, anchor yourself in my presence. Let the bedrock of my word sustain you. If you do that, no tempest can uproot you. No wave can capsize your soul. You were created to triumph, not in your own strength, but in my sustaining grace. Release the notion that you have to do it all alone. You have a Father who is deeply invested in your success. Your victory is my delight. In times to come, you will marvel at how I'm orchestrating events. Doors you've knocked on for years with no response will suddenly open. Connections you never dreamed of will be formed, bearing fruit that ripples out into countless lives. Why? Because I am a God who multiplies. I take the little you offer, your willingness, your time, your faith, and I expand it to impact many. You are part of a grand tapestry, intricately linked to destinies you have yet to witness. In my design, nothing is random. When you see my hand at work, do not forget to return and give thanks. Gratitude is the language of a heart that recognizes it is loved and provided for by the Creator of the universe. It blesses me to hear your songs of thankfulness, to see the sparkle in your eyes when you realize I have once again proven my faithfulness. Sing songs to me, write them in your journal, or whisper them in your quiet moments. Let praise be your reflex, your immediate response to every blessing and every challenge. This posture invites even more of my presence and my miracles. Never again say that you are unimportant or unnecessary. You have a unique place in my plan that no other person can fill. I have given you specific gifts, talents, insights, creative ideas that the world needs. Perhaps you've hidden them out of fear or self-doubt. Now is the time to step forward. Offer them back to me, and watch how I refine them and use them for my glory. Do not compare yourself to others. Your journey is distinct. Your calling is tailor-made for you. Embrace it with courage and confidence. Feel free to bring me every question. I'm not intimidated by your doubts or confusion. In fact, I encourage you to wrestle with the mysteries. It is often through honest questioning that your faith deepens. When you truly seek answers, you open yourself to fresh revelation. I may not always give you the answers in the way or timing you expect, but I promise to guide you toward clarity and wisdom. If you have built walls around your heart, let me gently remove each brick. Those walls might have seemed necessary for protection, but they also keep out love, growth, and freedom. I want you to live wholeheartedly, unguarded in my embrace. My perfect love casts out fear, so you no longer have to dread vulnerability. I will safeguard your heart better than any defenses you can construct. Trust me enough to let me in. Let me restore your capacity to feel joy, wonder, and awe. Your children, whether your own offspring or spiritual sons and daughters, are dear to me. Know that your legacy of faith is a treasure beyond measure. As you speak words of life over them, you shape a future generation that knows my name and my ways. Even if they stray, your prayers act as a tether, pulling them back to the light. Nothing you do in love is ever wasted. Nothing you speak in faith ever returns empty. So keep sowing truth. Keep modeling grace. Keep demonstrating the reality of my love. The harvest will be abundant. The times are changing rapidly, but I remain the same. Let this be your comfort, that while everything else may shift beneath your feet, I am your rock. Relationships fluctuate, circumstances evolve, technology advances, but my nature stands forever. I am still compassionate, still just, still holy, still merciful. I still rescue the lost, mend the broken, and give sight to the blind. Regardless of how the landscape of your world changes, cling to the unchanging one. I am your anchor in the storm, the fortress that no enemy can breach. If pain has lingered in your body or your mind, press in for healing. I am the healer, the same yesterday, today, and forever. Do not lose heart if the answer does not come in the exact way you envision. Healing can manifest in various forms: physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Let your prayer be not only for relief of symptoms, but for the restoration of your soul. Sometimes the deeper healing is the one that sets you free from bitterness, shame, or hidden trauma. Trust that I know precisely where the healing balm needs to be applied. I repeat, I am with you. When you toss and turn at night, anxious thoughts swirling, I am there. Whisper my name and let my spirit calm your racing heart. In those solitary moments, you may feel alone, but I am more attentive than ever. My arms are never too short to reach you in the blackest night. My ear is never dull to your cries. Rest in the promise that my love envelops you like a blanket of warm light, dispelling the shadows that try to linger in your soul. Rejoice, my dear one, for you stand at the threshold of a new day. The burdens you have borne so faithfully are not your eternal lot. Soon, you will see the dawn break, flooding your life with the brilliance of my favor. Keep believing. Keep persevering. Each act of obedience, each step of faith, each humble prayer is a part of the foundation for the miracles yet to come. You might not see the entire blueprint, but I have the master plan, and I assure you it is full of beauty and hope. When morning comes, open your window and behold the sunrise as a symbol of my renewing grace. Even if clouds cover the sky, the sun still rises. So too does my grace appear fresh and available each day. In the same way, your spirit will rise above any cloud of doubt. If you only knew how fiercely I love you, you'd never entertain another thought of giving up. Let your soul remember my goodness so your lips can sing a new song. I want to see you thrive, spiritually, emotionally, relationally. Let me strengthen you so that you can be the blessing you yearn to be to those around you. Sometimes you felt limited by your own resources or capacity, but with me, your capacity expands. Your willingness to say yes to my call opens the floodgates of my supernatural empowerment. Do not shrink back from challenges because you think you are insufficient. I am the God of more than enough, and I live within you. When you understand that truth, there is no mountain that can intimidate you. I promise you, child, that every time you felt misunderstood or overlooked, I saw you. I delighted in who you are, not who others thought you should be. I gleaned the precious gold from the dirt of your circumstances and shaped it into a crown that rests upon your head in the spiritual realm. This crown is not just for heaven. It signifies your identity as my beloved here and now. Wear it with humility, remembering that I alone am worthy of ultimate praise. In the center of your being, my spirit testifies that you are my child. This is an eternal bond, stronger than any earthly tie. Let that truth resonate in your innermost core, chasing away insecurities that try to plague your thoughts. You have a safe place with me, always. You have a seat at my table, always. You are not a stranger, not an outcast, not a servant, but a cherished member of my household. Let that knowledge lift your head and embolden your steps. If you ever feel stagnant or uninspired, let my words stir your creativity anew. I have planted gifts within you, perhaps an artistic talent, a knack for problem solving, a heart for teaching or caregiving. Let those gifts flourish as an act of worship, a sweet fragrance rising to my throne. Use them to reflect my character of goodness, excellence, and compassion. Whether you create with paint, words, melodies, or your acts of service, do it unto me, and you will see how it brings light into the lives of many. Sometimes, it takes time for my promises to manifest in the natural. Remember that my perspective is eternal. I see your fervent prayers and your longing for swift answers, but I also see a bigger picture. Delays do not necessarily mean denial. Sometimes they mean development. Development of your character, your wisdom, your empathy. Hold on to hope. Let patience have its perfect work, that you may be complete, lacking nothing. When the answer arrives, you will see how the waiting refined and prepared you for the full weight of the blessing. Know that I rejoice over you with singing. This might be hard to comprehend, the creator of galaxies singing over you. But it's true. I delight in your presence, in the quiet trust you place in my sovereignty. As you lay down your fears at my feet, my heart swells with love. I want you to experience the depth of this devotion I have for you. It's not a distant, theoretical love. It is personal, intimate, and constant. If you invite me, I will fill your life with evidences of my affection that will leave you in awe. When guilt tries to creep in, pushing you to withdraw from me, combat it with the truth of my sacrifice. I have already paid the ultimate price for your redemption. There is no condemnation for those who are in me. If you sin, confess it quickly and sincerely, then walk in the freedom of my forgiveness. Do not let the enemy trap you in cycles of shame. Your worth is determined by my love, not by your failings. I speak again. Your future is safeguarded in my hands. You do not need to strive or manipulate circumstances to secure it. Instead, be faithful in the small things I have entrusted to you. Love the people I've placed in your life. Serve them with genuine compassion. Seek wisdom in my word. Pray without ceasing. Live with integrity so that your character reflects the integrity of my own nature. In doing so, you align yourself with heaven's agenda, ensuring that you walk a path of constant favor. Do not be afraid of losing material possessions. I am your portion, your inheritance that never spoils or fades. If you lose something, trust that I can replace it with something better or teach you contentment even without it. Keep an open hand, child. Let me place good gifts in it, but also be ready to let go of anything that hinders your spiritual growth. This posture of open-handed surrender is the posture of a true worshiper, one who values my presence above all else. The fullness of my spirit is available to you. Let my spirit guide every decision, every word you speak, and every step you take. Let my spirit empower you to forgive quickly, to love deeply, and to proclaim truth boldly. There's no limit to how I can use a yielded vessel. It's not about you earning my power. It's about you simply allowing my power to flow through you. Surrender to me and watch the supernatural become a natural part of your daily life. As you move into the next chapter of your journey, keep this in mind. My word in your mouth has creative power. Speak life, declare blessings, rebuke the enemy's lies. When you align your words with mine, you manifest my kingdom on earth as it is in heaven. Be mindful, for words can build or destroy. Let them be fountains of encouragement, sprinkled with truth and love, never bitterness or malice. Also understand that I desire fellowship with you, not mere duty. I don't want you to see our relationship as an obligation, but as a delight. Walk with me in the cool of the day. Talk to me about your innermost thoughts. Open your heart to my counsel. In these simple, consistent moments of connection, you find the wellspring of life. Guard that communion above all, because from it flows every good and perfect gift. Wherever you go, you carry my fragrance. Let it draw people to me. When they see your peace in turmoil, they will wonder at the source. When they see your joy in sorrow, they will ask where it comes from. Then you can point them to me, the lover of their souls, the one who can bring them the same hope. In doing so, you multiply the impact of the grace you've received. Remember that I'm not slow to fulfill my promises, as some count slowness, but I'm patient for your sake, ensuring that everything aligns perfectly for my plan. Take comfort in my patience, for it shows my commitment to crafting a story in your life that will reflect my glory for generations. Sometimes the transformation you seek starts deep within, in the hidden corners of your heart. Embrace that inward change. Let me renew your mind day by day, so you can see life through the lens of my love. Nothing can separate you from me. Not circumstances, not distress, not the mistakes of your past, not the fears of your future. My love is a fortress. Rest in that security. As you do, your spirit will find the freedom to explore the vastness of my holiness and the richness of my grace. This is where you were always meant to dwell, in intimate fellowship with your Creator. I want to see you flourish in every dimension of your life. That doesn't mean a life devoid of trials. Rather, it means that no trial will ever overcome you, for I am your strength in weakness. Trust my ways, even when they're different than what you anticipated. My wisdom surpasses yours. My vantage point sees beyond the horizon. Walk hand in hand with me, trusting that I lead you with perfect knowledge and boundless compassion. I assure you once more, you are beloved. Let that sink in, beloved. It means you are dearly loved and cherished by me. It means you are the focus of my affection, the apple of my eye. When you call out, I incline my ear. When you hurt, my heart grieves. When you rejoice, my heart smiles. We are bound in a covenant that cannot be broken. Come boldly into my presence without shame or inhibition. I have made you worthy to stand before me. Listen, I take your prayers more seriously than you do. Even the faintest cry from your lips resonates through heaven. Angels respond, carrying out my directives for your benefit. Sometimes you don't see the immediate effect, but rest assured my will is in motion. At times you may think a door is closing, but I might be steering you toward a better path. Remain open to my leading, and your steps will become purposeful. If regret tries to bind you to the past, let me cut those cords. The cross stands as a testament to your absolution. Your transgressions have no power over you except the power you grant them by dwelling on them. Release them now. Lift your head, step forward. The horizon before you is vast and open. Let my word be the lamp guiding your feet. Let my love be the wind in your sails. Where you were once adrift, you will now sail confidently, charting a course that carries you into a destiny brimming with hope. My child, I see every portion of your being, body, mind, soul, and I want to saturate it all with my presence. If you feel your strength waning, lean on me. If you need wisdom, ask. If you crave peace, hide in my word. Do not hesitate to come even if you feel unworthy or broken. I specialize in restoring what the world deems irreparable. The battered and bruised, the lost and lonely. These I gather up in my arms. I call them my own. I beautify them. I give them a new name. Let me do that for you. Let me rename your season, calling it blessed instead of barren, calling you victorious instead of defeated. At this moment, as you read these words, my grace is flowing into your life. Do you sense it? It is the gentle assurance that I am with you, that your prayers are not in vain, that your journey is overseen by the one who loves you most. Even if you do not feel it as a tangible sensation, trust that my spirit is at work, orchestrating changes you cannot yet perceive. Cultivate a spirit of expectancy. Awaken each day expecting to encounter my presence in new ways, through a timely conversation, a surprising solution, or a scripture that resonates with uncanny precision. Expect that I will use you to bless others, perhaps through a kind word, an unexpected gift, or a selfless act. Expect that your life is a conduit of my grace, and that as you receive from me, you will naturally pour out onto those around you. I remind you that my kingdom is built on love. Love is not just a sentiment. It is an active force that breaks barriers, heals wounds, and unites hearts. Love is patient, kind, and enduring. It does not envy or boast. It keeps no record of wrongs. Reflect my love to others, and watch how it dismantles strongholds. Even the hardest hearts can soften when confronted with genuine, selfless love. This is the mark of a true disciple. Love that mirrors mine. Love that puts another's welfare above your own pride. When you face temptation, remember that I always provide a way out. I do not allow you to be tempted beyond your ability to withstand. Rely on my spirit, and you will find self-control and resilience you never realized you had. You do not stand alone in this battle. Heaven is with you, cheering you on, confident in the strength I placed within you. At times you will be tested in the furnace of affliction, but that is not to destroy you. It is to refine you into pure gold. Every dross of doubt, fear, and impurity rises to the surface in the heat, allowing me to remove it. Embrace the refining. It is temporary. When you emerge, you will shine with renewed clarity, carrying the fragrance of a life purified in my holy presence. I want you to rest now in my faithfulness. Rest is an act of trust. When you cease striving and lay down your burdens, you proclaim that you believe I am sovereign. You declare that my watchful eyes never close, even when you sleep. You affirm that I am perfectly capable of managing the universe without your frantic input. So rest. Let my peace be your lullaby, drawing you into the soft warmth of my nearness. And when you rise from this rest, let courage guide your steps. Take initiative in the tasks I have assigned you. Speak life, bless others. Let your laughter resonate through the corridors of your home. Create an atmosphere where my joy becomes contagious, dispelling every trace of gloom. Listen for my voice in the subtle impressions upon your heart. I do not always shout. Sometimes I whisper. Cultivate stillness so you can hear that whisper clearly. I close this time of communion by reaffirming my endless devotion. You do not have to earn or prove yourself to me. I have already chosen you. I have already called you mine. My love for you is more faithful than the rising sun, more steadfast than the mountains that stand through centuries. Let this truth awaken a song in your spirit, a new hallelujah that testifies of my goodness. I will never fail you, never forsake you, never turn my back on you. I am the one who formed you from the very beginning, the one who knit each fiber of your being with perfect detail. I am your God, and I speak these words to calm your restless heart and ignite hope within your spirit. You have cried out to me in the quiet hours of the night, tears staining your pillow, worries weighing upon your soul. Now, open your heart to these words. Let them flow through every chamber of your mind, bringing you peace and clarity. Receive them as my personal message to you, a promise that I have never left your side. I have witnessed your struggles. I have seen you sink into places of despair, feeling as though you were caught in a deep well where the light seemed unreachable. Yet I, your God, reached down into that darkness, extended my hand, and pulled you out. Think back to those moments when you believed all was lost. You must remember how my presence lifted you, how my mercy and grace renewed your strength. For I am the only one who can strengthen you like the wings of an eagle, enabling you to soar above every trial and tempest. I hold the power to heal your wounds and restore your joy. I feed you with my eternal word, a stream of life meant to refresh you daily. Never doubt that I have opened doors you once believed permanently shut. I have led you into a realm of the supernatural, where miraculous breakthroughs are possible, and where your prayers can shift the course of your destiny. Have I not given you the authority to tread upon serpents and scorpions? Have I not promised that nothing shall harm you, that no enemy can snatch you from my hand? Hold these promises close to your heart, for they offer you peace, erasing your uncertainties and replacing them with tranquility. I watch over your soul. I'm deeply invested in your salvation and in the well-being of your spirit. The final days are drawing near. The hours of this world are speeding forward. You see temptations and adversaries approaching from every side, each one eager to see you stumble. How many times have you wondered in whom to place your trust after seeing friends betray you or family members fail to offer you support when you needed it most? Even in these moments of heartbreak, I have never left. I remain steady, faithful, and unchanging. My love for you grows each day, reaching heights you cannot comprehend. Be careful not to place all your hope in the fickle nature of humanity or in material possessions that fade. People fail, resources dwindle, but my love remains the same through every season. Today, I reinforce my eternal commitment to you. As you continue your journey on this earth, I walk beside you, removing your guilt, forgiving your sins, pouring out my Holy Spirit upon your life. Anyone who attempts to come against you will face defeat, and those who set themselves up as a stumbling block for you will be judged. Though many might try to stop your progress, none will succeed. Though some desire to see you fall, their efforts will result in their own shame. No one can snatch you away from my protective hand. Lean on me. Trust fully in the promises recorded for you in my word. Let these truths sink deep into your being, reminding you of my abundant mercy. Open your ears so you can hear my voice more clearly. Allow my divine breath to transform your thoughts. You still have many years ahead to fulfill a sacred, wonderful purpose. But do not look for strength in the fragile systems of this world or in the people around you. If you truly crave blessings, ones that are great, lasting, and capable of changing your life, if you yearn for transformation in your family, I am your only option. You have already set your feet on the right path. Keep going forward. Love me with all your might. Place me first in your heart. Let me be your priority. I do not demand more than you can give. I only ask for a few minutes each day, just a small portion of time, where you can quiet your mind and enter my presence. Once you experience the sweetness of communion with me, you will not want to leave. You will cherish the moments you spend on your knees, sheltered by my love, nourished by my truth. Do not squander your days. Each moment spent with me imparts new strength. You receive encouragement, and your spirit is revitalized to conquer the land before you, overcoming any conflict that might arise. Through my death and resurrection, you are already accepted and chosen. I know you're not perfect, but I cover you in my righteousness. You are not some despicable sinner fated to creep through the mire of iniquity. You are redeemed and cherished. Come to my word whenever you need guidance. Open the scriptures if you long for wisdom. Seek the counsel of my faithful servants. I speak in many ways, so remain vigilant. I will help you succeed. You know that I have never promised a life entirely free from trouble. Responsibilities and anxieties are part of the journey in this fallen world, but there is a mighty difference for those who sincerely trust in me. My breath of life and joy continually refreshes your soul. I am right now placing a crown of victory upon your head. I see you dressed in white garments. I grant you authority, quickness of spirit, and the boldness to leap over walls of adversity and cross borders you once believed impossible. I am leading you to distant places so you can declare my mighty works to the nations. Receive the preparation I am bestowing upon you, the kind of equipping that ensures you emerge victorious, unwavering in your faith, as sturdy as solid rock. I desire you to be a living example for those who cower under the weight of their past, who overlook the immeasurable blessing I stand ready to give them. Take heart in knowing my joy extends before you, clearing obstacles from your path and opening doors. I cherish your prayers and delight in responding. Even when you walk through trials, my guidance and strength remain with you. I long for you to grow through each circumstance you face, fostering a spirit of humility and resilience. If you open your heart to me, I will reveal a path filled with my glory, where the impossible becomes reality. In such a place, hard hearts become soft, people transform, resources flow like a great river, debt dissolves, Sorrow disappears and happiness embraces you fully. My steadfast love and mercy are always available to you. Even when you fail to perceive me, I am present in your life. I observe each tear that rolls down your cheek and each smile that brightens your face. I see the darkest places of your mind and shine my light there. In your moments of weakness, I am your unshakable strength. When confusion clouds your thoughts, I am the voice of clarity. Trust in me. You have asked for a message that resonates in your heart, and I am speaking now about the things you have hidden. You have a secret room in your soul where you believe no one can see, yet you and I both know what lies there. If you feel these words are not directly meant for you, but someone else's name echoes in your spirit, pass this on to them. Share it. Save a soul. I will abundantly bless all who serve me without shame, who share these words freely. We need to talk. I invite you to come nearer each day. The moment you awaken, discipline your mind not to leap into distractions or submerge itself in worry. Let your first thought be gratitude. Show thankfulness for your family, for your life, for the very breath in your lungs. You still have time to set crooked things straight. My love has been merciful for so long. I have not punished you according to your mistakes, nor have I cast you aside for disobeying my commandments. You know my law. Do not kill, do not lie, do not bear false witness, do not humiliate others, do not live with betrayal in your heart. Yet there are even more things we can discuss. Some sins appear small compared to others, but any wrongdoing has dark consequences. Adultery, fornication, and other sexual sins can destroy your body and your life. Meanwhile, slander and lies can murder someone's reputation and cause deep harm. Pride and discrimination also inflict wounds, fracturing families and friendships. If these words pierce your heart, if you sense my Holy Spirit speaking directly to you, double your efforts to seek me daily. Receive my word in faith and obey it. Do it now. I am always near. To search for me is to come with confidence, believing you will find me, trusting that I will respond. Then, wait patiently for the blessing I will bestow in my perfect timing. Step into my presence today and also find someone trustworthy in whom you can confide. Pour out your heart. Bondage will be broken. Guilt and anguish will fade into the past. From this moment onward, nothing will hinder the flow of blessing I have destined for your future. You have seen my love in action. You know I care for you. Perhaps someone in your life also needs to hear these words. Share them without hesitation. I love you with all my heart, and I rejoice when you draw near to me. These words bring you peace. Listen again. Let each letter soak into your spirit. Sense my calming presence, for your heart needs rest. It is safe with me. Quiet your sobs and breathe. Pour out all the things you have been longing to say. I hear you. Your tears tell me your needs. But my voice heals and consoles, removing every layer of fear. My covering wipes away your tears and envelops you in serenity. It is not time for you to leave. Stay with me a while longer, until your soul emerges renewed. Then, face the world unafraid, walking securely even in valleys of shadow, crossing deserts without fear of the burning sun. Let my everlasting love surround and protect you day and night. Feel my presence. Hold on to it. Believe it. My Holy Spirit encircles you with tenderness, watching over you in the face of danger. The trials of this world keep coming, yet you discover you have the strength to stand. You trust in my word because you understand who you are in me. Your conviction becomes unshakable. Even pain from years ago can be lifted off your shoulders this very day. I remove bitterness, sadness, guilt, and shame from your heart. All the burdens you once thought permanent. You are precious to me, more than you can imagine. In time, I will reveal the depths of my affection, and no one will be able to discourage you or steal your faith. Reflect daily on the blessings that surround you. Write them down, if you must. Remember the air that fills your lungs, the gift of life pulsing in your veins, the comfort of family, the kindness of friends, the provision that arrives on your table. Open your eyes to see my goodness saturating every corner of your existence. Look for these mercies patiently, and soon you will recognize how vast they truly are. Lift your hands toward heaven once again, expressing your gratitude for each day, each place you occupy, each reason to keep living and persevering. I've already granted you the power to determine your own state of mind, whether you dwell in sorrow or walk in joy. Do not let anyone sow negativity within you or rob you of this joy. Your help comes from me, your everlasting God. And like cascades of living water, I pour strength into your body and refresh your thoughts. My peace flows into your soul, brightens your face with laughter, and opens your spiritual eyes to new visions. In dreams, you will find hints of what I'm about to accomplish. Keep learning from my word. Come each day to listen. Open the Bible, feed on its wisdom. My Holy Spirit will guide you into truth. Remain discerning. Not everyone who proclaims secret revelation speaks for me. Some aim to manipulate you with false prophecies or intimidate you with threats. If you are ever in doubt, pray. My Spirit will be there to comfort and counsel. At any hour, I am prepared to open your eyes, to whisper my reassurance that I protect you and that no one can harm you. Proclaim aloud, my Heavenly Father is with me. No enemy can prevail against me. Guard your tongue. Refrain from spreading lies or rumors. Do not share false news or malicious gossip. Never speak ill of those who are loyal to you. Always be truthful to those who provide for you. If you have failed, come to me. I forgive your shortcomings and cleanse your heart. Each morning, come in prayer so I can deliver you from guilt and remorse. I gave my life on the cross and rose again so you would be free from all mental and spiritual distress. Yes, you are human, and in this world your body, mind, and soul grow weary. Even my most devoted servants felt weary and made mistakes. Yet with humility, they acknowledged their sin and returned to this altar of forgiveness. They rose again to fight battles, pressing on without retreat. You too can come to me right now. If you feel exhausted, if you believe you have failed, if you said too much and ended up hurting someone dear to you, or if you're bound by harmful habits, know that I want to help you. Let me touch your lips, purify your heart, and free you. You're forgiven. Go forth and do not repeat the same sins. I renew your passion and your motivation. Rise up like a champion. Leave guilt behind. Abandon painful memories. If you must recall something from the past, remember the times of joy, the victories where your faith prevailed. As you triumphed then, you will triumph now. Let this tender embrace of my presence strengthen you for the challenges that lie ahead. Feel my love stirring your courage. Face the future with determination. Know that I am with you. Patience is paramount. So much is unfolding in your life that requires you to remain calm and centered in me. I see the weight you carry, the tension in your spirit when you think everything is falling apart. Trust me. I will honor your faithfulness. Even if you cannot make sense of it now, every challenge you encounter serves a divine purpose. Once the storm passes and you emerge into the bright horizon of new blessings, you will understand why you needed to trust and wait. Recall the good things you have received by enduring in faith. There are many more rewards coming if you do not give up. I recognize that you love me for who I am, not merely for what I can give you. You see me as your Father, your God, your Lord, your faithful companion, your Creator. Continue loving me wholeheartedly. Keep believing my word and my promises even when the battlefield grows intense. Let me occupy the highest place in your heart, no matter what trials come or how grim the situation looks. Understand this: you will not be put to shame or suffer permanent defeat. But you must also choose your companions wisely. Do not give ear to those who only discourage you, who aim to drain your faith. The rough season you endure is temporary. I will intervene at precisely the right time, lifting you from the pit and setting you in a place of security, abundance, and joy. Yes, I see that your spirit has been drained by disappointments. The endless waiting has tested your resolve. Yet I ask you to persist in hope. This current hardship is building your resilience. It refines your character. No one can steal the blessings I have ordained for you. No one can reverse the gifts I have already placed within you. So hold on, my beloved child. Keep hoping, believing, praying. I, the Lord your God, am preparing a future for you brimming with wonders. Out of these trials, I will lead you into a land filled with contentment and honor. You only need to wait a little longer. Trust me enough to say yes. I see the burdens in your heart. You wonder if it is safe to reveal everything to me. You question if I might judge you severely or push you aside. Yet you already know there is nothing you can hide from me. I see your inmost being, every longing, every regret, every dream, and I care. You can come to me anytime, day or night, to pour out your heart. I pay attention to every detail. You have discovered that expecting compassion from the world often results in further harm. But in my arms you will find the love and understanding you crave. No situation is beyond my care. You have realized that humans may fail you, so why continue offering your devotion to those who neither appreciate nor respect you? Why place people on a pedestal, handing over to them the throne of your heart, when that position is rightfully mine? Perhaps you are not even fully aware that you have allowed someone else to occupy the place that belongs to me. Yet the restlessness in your spirit, the sorrow that visits you at night, reveals the truth. Your soul feels empty because you tried to fill it with lesser loves. Return to me. Surrender that space in your heart. Let me heal and restore you. My love is more powerful than all your missteps. Even if you return to me with tears after being wounded again by the world, I will still embrace you. But you do not have to wait for more pain. You can come now, while there is still peace in the air. I've already prepared help for you before you even voice your plea. My ear is always inclined to your cry. First, remember that I love you and desire to lift you out of whatever chaos you are in. You approach me now because you trust my hand to raise you from the depths of your problems. You trust I can heal your pain and wipe away memories of shame. You trust I can restore blessings you thought gone forever. Look at the valor that has stirred your spirit. It gladdens me to see how bravely you have faced your challenges. Keep that courageous heart. Keep that faith, that inner certainty that I stand beside you as a real and faithful God. Some voices around you mock or belittle your beliefs. They say your faith is meaningless. They laugh at your commitment to me. These individuals do not understand that they envy the favor you walk in, the inheritance you possess. They resent the joy shining in your eyes when you speak my name. Instead of clinging to them or trying to persuade them, let them go their own way. I will remove from your path those who aim to destroy you, and I will surround you with companions who truly love you. Release the despair. Do not dwell in anxious thoughts, replaying negative scenarios. Protect your mind and soul. Lock the door of your spirit against every voice of hopelessness. Shield your head with the helmet of faith, and clothe your heart with righteousness. Raise the sword of my word. Ready yourself for the spiritual battle in which you will ultimately stand victorious. You will not fall this time. Even if you stumble, I vow to lift you back up. That is my pledge to you. Challenge yourself to break free from anxiety over the future. Confront every trace of discouragement and tell it to leave. Believe that I am with you. Prepare for victory, for I am about to bless your home. I will bring healing to your body, mind, and relationships. I will restore your family bonds. You will see wonders performed by my supernatural power. Let these truths sink deep into your heart. I love you. Accept these words with sincerity, yet also discipline yourself to feed on my word each morning so your faith grows strong. Let the flame of my spirit burn bright, consuming the fears that block your progress. You cannot step into your promised land if you remain paralyzed by imaginary giants. You cannot reap the fruit of triumph if you do not step out in faith and commit your strengths, battles, and shortcomings to me. Time is precious. You cannot waste it wallowing in doubt about the blessings I have planned. At the cross, your enemies were defeated, and I bore the punishment for all your sins. Your debt is settled. There is no guilt left for you to pay. You dwell with me in a supernatural realm. I have anointed your life with oil and sweet honey from heaven. Because you are my child, you share in the inheritance of my kingdom. The mirror you face each morning should remind you that you are not a weak, insignificant creature doomed to fail. You are not destined to be battered endlessly by emotions that rob you of your rightful victories. The triumph I offer is real: deliverance from debt, financial stability, complete forgiveness in your household, relationships overflowing with my peace. I desire to fill your mind with divine wisdom and calm your spirit with an unshakable serenity. Why let the opinions of negative people sway your path? I command you to break free from the prison of their judgments. They seek to steal what I long to bestow upon you. Believe my word, embrace my promises, distance yourself from those who revel in malice. In my presence you will find victory. You will discover unbreakable joy and peace. Every morning, come and let me speak gently to your soul. Let me whisper words of love and comfort to strengthen your heart. I am covering your life and your home with blessing. If you believe it, receive it, and love me more fervently each day. Rise, dear child, for this is a new day in which you shall see my hand move in ways you never thought possible. Remember, I am your shepherd. You will lack nothing. I am your provider, and every need you have will be met. I am your healer, enfolding you in my love and granting you wholeness in body and soul. I am your protector, spreading my wings over you, so you dwell in the safety of my shadow. My word is truth, and my promises are faithful. Every beautiful thing I have ever spoken will come to pass. I cannot lie. I will do what I said I would do. I will clasp your hand in mine, guiding you along the path I have chosen for you. You are never alone in any circumstance. Even when the world looks impossible, trust me completely and commit your plans to me. Include me in every project and vision you have. I will strengthen and assist you. Reflect on how I have proven my love for you in the darkest times, when sin made you feel ashamed and distanced from me. People turned their backs on you, spoke harshly, and cut you with their words. Some tried to drag your name through the mud, cursing your future. You felt like you were drowning, fighting for a single breath of hope. Even then, I drew near with grace, love, mercy, and forgiveness. I lifted you from the pit of despair. Do not doubt me now. Do not lose heart. Confess with your own lips that you will trust in my care, come what may. With me, you will conquer every challenge. I will never forsake you. If I did not abandon you in the past, why would I abandon you now? I have been there for you in both triumph and tribulation. through laughter and heartbreak. I have never forgotten you. Stand firm. If your faith feels weak, speak aloud the promises I have given you. Announce to those who oppose you that I remain with you until the end. Rest in my grace. Stop questioning whether you deserve all these blessings. If you are going to place your trust in me, then trust fully. Accept what I give, and it will multiply into greater gifts. You will have more than enough for your household, with plenty to share with those in need. Abundance of bread, health, strength, and peace will fill your life. But you must use your faith and reach out to claim these blessings. Do not waver. Do not walk backward. Do not hide in darkness. I am speaking because I want you to come. I want to answer your cries, to remove every curse and sickness from you and your loved ones. I am not seeking you to take something away, but to offer you treasures far better than you have known. You are on the verge of a pivotal moment in your journey. You have changed so much, and you're not who you used to be. You're prepared to make wise, confident decisions. Do not rely on the opinions of those who think only in terms of defeat. Do not try to appease people who want to hold you back. Many do not want to see you prosper, and they will attempt to undermine you when you share your dreams with them. Yet their words will not chain you to the past. I am right beside you. You will walk on and will not stop until the doors open, and together we will step through. All those problems that once seemed unbreakable will crumble before my power. I will place marvelous blessings in your hands, and I ask you to steward them prudently. Let them grow until they become the foundation of even greater wonders. When the timing is right, you and your family will take giant leaps toward a brighter future. Encourage your children to seek wisdom. Push them to dream big. Teach them to serve me with their talents and intellect, transforming not just your home, but entire nations. The young ones in your household today may become tomorrow's heroes and leaders. Before my return, they will be instruments of my word if they learn to honor me in all they do. Let them see you living out your faith, consistently and genuinely. Let them hear gentle words and feel kindness in your actions. Do not rely on the excuse that your personality is unchangeable. I can reshape the hardest heart. I can replace anger and shouting with gentleness and joy. I can place glowing coals upon lips that once uttered hurtful words, teaching them to speak with sweetness like honey. I can transform you, so your family will see my power is true. The world might mock you for believing in the supernatural. They might accuse you of foolishness, but I will demonstrate my glory in your home. Night after night, my light will shine through every room. My angels will stand guard, illuminating each corner with radiant brilliance. People from the neighborhood will notice unusual happenings and marvel at your blessings. Some will knock on your door, asking for help. Place your hands over them and pray, and I will personally heal their infirmities, mend their brokenness, and address their greatest needs. These are the final days, a time of great awakening, and your household is part of a fresh outpouring of my spirit. Indeed, these are the times many proclaim as the end, and they seek to unravel the mysteries of my return. But their hearts are not set on knowing me. They search for secrets, but do not truly welcome my presence. Only those who approach me with sincerity and honesty, ready to yield their entire being for the sake of the gospel, will experience the fullness of my revelation. I grant my love to those who are willing to carry it faithfully, to share it even at personal cost, to be my messengers of grace. Take these words deeply into your heart. Notice where you're standing right now. Remember the day, the hour, this precise moment. Arise and lift your eyes to the far horizon. As far as your vision reaches and beyond, I will send you to reveal my glory. Some of these places will be foreign lands with languages you cannot speak, but my Holy Spirit will minister through you and your family in a supernatural way. A spiritual revolution is stirring, and I have held your hand from the beginning, so you would not succumb to fear when confronted with challenges. Though the landscape seems ominous, keep clinging to my written word. This year, you will find blessings beyond your imagination, success, honor, and respect, if you continue to act, work, and fight for what is right, anchored by your faith in the one who laid down his life so you might conquer. You might question your worthiness. You might feel undeserving of such favor, but let go of that condemnation. Embrace my love and forgiveness. I chose you to be a vessel of blessing for your family. Dismiss any destructive thoughts, declaring you're destined to fail. I will assist you in every step. Come receive new strength from me daily. Dismiss disheartening words and stand brave in my promises. Feed your soul on Scripture so you remain fortified by divine power. Embody a life clothed in humility, patience, and compassion. The blessings you will witness will exceed your wildest dreams. However, never forget that your victories, your optimism, your unstoppable drive, your clear vision, were all purchased for you on the cross, sealed in blood and guaranteed by my resurrection. Because I rose, your future and your pardon stand forever secure. I have pledged to stay by your side through good and bad, watching over you, acting as your father, provider, and shelter. Dismiss any thought that you are alone. Reject the idea that I have abandoned you. Do not let your failures fill you with dread. Do not allow doubt or resentment to smother your faith. My word does not return void. I do not fail you. I hold you close. Keep a special place in your heart for me, a place of sacred honor, of unwavering devotion. Trust me and rest in my arms. I orchestrate every detail of your life, keeping you safe and protected. Day by day you awaken under my watchful eye. Each morning when you open your eyes, be mindful of my nearness. Resist the temptation to instantly focus on distractions. Let me be the first you turn to. Let my spirit speak to you, reminding you that I govern every aspect of your life, and that you do not need to fear. The trials that loom before you will not overtake you. I am here. The problems that weigh on your mind will dissolve sooner than you expect. Answers will arrive at precisely the right moment. While you are praying, I am already shaping the course of your life, writing each chapter of your story. Nothing escapes my omniscience or my will. The blessings you seek are ready, and I have already unlatched the door that looks so firmly bolted. Do not doubt. I am renewing your faith, lifting you up, guiding you into a new beginning where everything feels fresh. No more worry about people's opinions. Raise your head high. You are my beloved child. The world is full of envious souls who speak harshly because they cannot comprehend my favor resting on you. Their words come from deep hurt, and you do not need their approval to shine. I have witnessed every battle you endured, every bruise, every tear. I have seen you fall, get up and press forward. But now it is time for a new era in your life, an era of breakthrough and elevation. Let go of old grievances. Step into the newness I am offering you today. I transform your life, forging a powerful testimony that will be heard far and wide. Accept my invitation to walk a path rich with understanding and grace. Feel the tender love I extend toward you, the peace that washes over your soul. My presence stabilizes your heart, giving you calm in the midst of life's storms. Do you sense my closeness? I am here, loving you beyond measure. Even if the ground trembles beneath your feet, I stand like an unmovable rock. Look again at your future. Behold how I have secured it with my promises. The burdens that weighed you down are being lifted. The anxiety that haunted your nights is receding, replaced by a glorious dawn of hope and clarity. Let my words fill you with fresh courage. Let my spirit guide your decisions, stepping boldly into the days ahead. If guilt tries to creep in, silencing your joy, remind yourself that my sacrifice on the cross covered every sin. When condemnation knocks at your door, answer with the assurance that I have set you free. Stop looking behind at your past failures. Instead, fix your eyes on the growth and blessings emerging in your present. Trust that I can do infinitely more than you imagine. Ponder how I parted seas for those who trusted in me, tamed roaring lions, carried my servants through blazing fires. I'm the same today as I was then, mighty, faithful, forever loving. Some around you might claim your faith is naive or antiquated, but you know the truth. You have felt my power. You have seen prayers answered, hearts changed, miracles unleashed. Do not let their skepticism harden your heart. Let your testimony shine. Show them what a life filled with my presence looks like, a life of compassion, forgiveness, and victory. Stay humble and gracious, never allowing pride to overshadow your devotion. Each breath you take is a gift from me. Let gratitude spring up in every thought. Look at how your family depends on you. They watch your responses, your attitude, your way of handling difficulties. How you live out your faith will shape their own pursuit of truth. If you demonstrate grace, patience, and kindness, they will see that my spirit is alive within you. Let them witness your unwavering peace in moments of trial. They will realize that you serve a real, living God. Through that silent testimony, I will work in their hearts. When they come to you for advice, offer them prayers rooted in faith and wisdom gleaned from Scripture. Teach them that I am not a distant deity, but a close companion ready to cradle them in my arms. Do not be alarmed when your faith is tested. Trials reveal your strengths and weaknesses, forging character and perseverance. When you find yourself in a valley of shadows, recall the mountaintop experiences you have already had with me. Those memories are anchors for your faith, proving that darkness will not last forever. Even in the bleakest of nights, daybreak eventually comes. My light dispels despair, turning tears into praise. I want you to understand the profoundness of the supernatural dimension I've welcomed you into. The mortal mind may resist believing in the unseen, but your spirit knows there is a reality beyond what your eyes perceive. You have felt my hand at work. Coincidences that were not coincidences at all, but my careful orchestration. People placed in your path at just the right moment. Resources appearing out of nowhere when you needed them the most. See these blessings for what they are, signposts of my care and involvement in your life. Lift your gaze beyond the physical realm to perceive the angels waging battles on your behalf, the spiritual fortifications around your home, the intangible shield protecting your heart from the onslaught of despair. I am faithful in every season. When you have plenty, do not forget to worship me. When you have little, trust my provision. Thankfulness is the key to unlocking further blessings. Express your gratitude regularly, both in private prayer and in the way you treat others. Let generosity flow from your heart. Do not cling to your possessions as though they define you. I delight in a cheerful giver, one who understands that everything ultimately belongs to me. If you manage your blessings with wisdom, they will multiply, and you will be a channel through which I will touch the lives of many. Do not be surprised if I call you to help those you once considered unworthy. Mercy triumphs over judgment. By showing compassion to the least of these, you become my hands and feet in a hurting world. Sacrifice might challenge you, pulling you from your comfort, but you will discover an indescribable joy in meeting the needs of the broken, the lonely, the despised. Remember that I reached out to you when you were wounded and forlorn. Now, you are my instrument of grace. Let your heart be stirred for those who wander without hope. Every day is an invitation. to walk more intimately with me. Resist the lie that you are stuck or that your life cannot improve. I am the God of fresh starts and radical transformation. Embrace the ongoing process of sanctification, where my Spirit refines you, step by step. You will find yourself gradually freed from chains of bitterness, addiction, self-hatred. My healing does not always happen in an instant. Sometimes it is a slow unfolding of deeper faith. Trust each phase of the journey, for I see the end point even when you do not. The enemy may try to whisper that you are too unworthy, too stained by sin, too broken by mistakes. Reject these false accusations. The blood I shed covered every transgression. I have nailed your accusations to the cross. If you remember them, it is only to glorify how far I have brought you. Let your testimony shine, but do not dwell on the shame or replay the regrets. The only reason to look back is to see how my grace has prevailed in your story. Then, fix your eyes forward, where I continue to lead you. I promise you, my child, that neither angels nor demons, neither death nor life, nothing in all creation can separate you from my love. Consider the magnitude of that. Let it wipe away your fears of abandonment and isolation. When storms rage around you, financial, emotional, or relational, remind yourself of this steadfast truth. I am with you, and my love for you is unbreakable. If you find yourself weighed down by incessant responsibilities, pause and breathe in my peace. I designed you for moments of rest where you can recalibrate your spirit. I never intended for you to shoulder all burdens alone. Cast them on me. Release the illusions of control and see how I orchestrate each puzzle piece. Step by step, you will see clarity emerge. Miracles come as you trust and rest, not as you strive and worry. Reflect on each time you have faced impossible odds, and recall how I delivered you. Will I do any less now? Time and again I have said, ask, and you will receive. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will open. Bring your requests and your heart's deepest yearnings before me. Then listen. Listen for my guidance, for I often reply through subtle nudges, gentle impressions, or the wise counsel of those who love me. My answer may not always come in the form you expect, but it will always be perfect. My ways transcend your understanding, so remain flexible, ready to adapt when my spirit leads in unexpected directions. Even in your shortcomings, I can manifest my glory. Your flaws highlight my grace, proving that I can use anyone surrendered to me. True power is perfected in weakness. Therefore, do not hide your scars or your frailties. Let them be testimonies of my redeeming power. When you rely on my strength, you shatter the chains of self-doubt. Others will witness your victories and recognize that it was not by your might or intelligence, but by my Spirit. Set your priorities in order, placing me at the center. Let every decision revolve around my principles of love, truth, and justice. Invest in relationships that nurture your soul. Find time to delight in the simple joys of life. A sunrise, a conversation with a friend, the laughter of a child. All these are gifts I have sprinkled along your path. When gratitude overflows from your heart, cynicism loses its grip, and faith flourishes. Sometimes you will question why you do not see instant results. Resist the urge to conclude that I am not listening. My timetable surpasses your human understanding. Seeds of faith can take time to mature, but they will bear fruit if you keep trusting and watering them with prayer. Look at a farmer who sows in the spring. He waits patiently for rain, sunshine, and due season. He does not doubt the growth happening beneath the soil. Likewise, trust the unseen work of my hand in your life. Be mindful of your words. Speak kindness, truth, and edification. Words carry power. They can ignite hope or breed despair. Encourage those who stand on the edge of hopelessness. Offer them a lifeline through gentle assurances, reminding them that I specialize in renewing shattered dreams. Guard your speech against envy, malice, and negativity, for these hinder my blessings from fully manifesting. Let your conversation always be seasoned with grace. Overcome evil with good. Love is the mightiest weapon. Sometimes you might yearn for harsh retaliation against those who wrong you, but remember, I see every injustice. I will vindicate you in my time. Your task is to remain pure at heart, to refrain from revenge. Show kindness where hatred abounds. That radical mercy is a powerful witness to my transforming love. As you do so, you will notice your own peace deepens. Life's burdens lighten when you let me carry the scales of justice. Protect the covenant of marriage if you are wed, honoring it as sacred. Guard your home from the infiltration of lust, adultery, or moral compromise. Recognize that temptations may appear enticing, but they lead to ruin. Let your covenant reflect my faithfulness. If you are single, let purity be your stronghold, trusting that I will guide you according to my plan. Seek companionship only in ways that honor my name, never allowing yourself to be used or devalued by those who do not treat you with the dignity you deserve. Let go of the fear that my blessings are scarce or that you must scramble to secure them. I own the cattle on 1,000 hills. My resources are boundless. You do not need to compete with others. I have unique blessings for each soul who loves me. Rejoice in the successes of your brothers and sisters and watch as I expand your own territory. A heart free from envy is a heart primed to receive an even greater outpouring of my grace. Center your life on my word. Never let a day go by without meditating on Scripture. In it, you will find wisdom for complicated decisions, comfort for painful losses, and reminders of my unwavering promises. Keep those truths hidden in your heart, so when trials strike, they will rise to the forefront of your mind, anchoring you in hope. You will see that my commands are not burdens, but liberating guidelines that steer you away from harm. Be watchful, for in these last days, many voices claim to speak truth, yet their words reek of deception. Test everything against my word. Where there is inconsistency, stand firm in my revealed truth. Do not trade the eternal for a momentary thrill. Desire genuine revelation over sensationalism. If you stay close to me, my spirit will quicken your discernment, preventing you from being led astray. Forgiveness is crucial. Harboring grudges weighs your spirit down, casting a shadow over your joy. I understand that some wounds run deep, caused by betrayal from those you cherished. Yet I implore you to release that bitterness. Forgiveness does not mean permitting injustice. It means letting go of the poison that harms your own soul. When you forgive, you align your heart with mine. You allow me the space to administer justice properly. You step into freedom, unbound by past hurts. Humility will keep you grounded. Pride invites a downfall, blinding you to your dependence on me. Remember that every good gift originates from my hand. Do not boast in your accomplishments, but give glory to the one who shaped your talents and intellect. Stay humble in your victories. A heart that remains teachable will continually grow, receiving more of my wisdom. Take special care of the vulnerable, the poor, the widow, the orphan, the stranger. Reflect my compassion in how you treat those at the margins of society. When you do, you reflect my own heart, and I promise that kindness shown in secret, I will reward openly. Be the one who extends a hand where others turn away. You will discover that in serving others, you are serving me, and I will fill you with a sense of purpose and fulfillment beyond measure. Speak my name over the rooms in your house. Dedicate each corner to me. Invite my spirit to dwell within your family's conversations. If strife arises, be the peacemaker. If sorrow lingers, bring the comfort found in my word. Let laughter and love fill the atmosphere, driving out darkness. The more you create an environment of worship and gratitude, the more my presence will abound. I have placed on you a calling to become a beacon in this fractured world, to show that grace triumphs, that hope endures, and that love never fails. As you press deeper into my presence, I will enlarge your influence. People from all walks of life, hungry for genuine truth, will cross your path. Offer them the bread of life I have given you. Let them taste and see my goodness, as you once did when you were desperate for a touch of heaven. Be mindful that the clock is ticking toward the culmination of all things. Many search for signs, prophecies, and wonders, but they miss the essence. My heart of love that longs for relationship. Do not be distracted by sensational predictions. Keep your eyes on me, the author and finisher of your faith. As my return draws near, remain vigilant, working diligently to share the gospel. Show compassion. Live righteously. Let my light guide your steps, so you do not fall into the pitfalls that many do in these chaotic times. You wonder if you have drifted too far, if you have messed up too often. Let me assure you, my love reaches beyond the farthest mistakes. My arms remain open, so come, return with confidence, with tears, with surrender. I heal, I restore, and I blot out your transgressions. Remember how the prodigal son felt unworthy, yet the father ran to greet him with celebration. That story mirrors my posture toward you. I see you from a distance, and my heart leaps with joy when you decide to come home. Right now, let my spirit flood your soul with these truths. Let every doubt be silenced, every chain be broken, every fear be dispelled. You stand on holy ground whenever you commune with me. Sense the weight of my presence, but also the peace that accompanies it. Like a gentle whisper of wind, I come to refresh you. Like a rushing torrent, I come to fill you with supernatural energy. Both dimensions of my presence, gentleness and power, are at your disposal. Heed my voice above the roar of the crowd. Do not chase empty pleasures that quickly fade. Lay down any obsession that pulls you from me. If an activity or relationship lures you into sin, release it. Your spiritual health is worth far more than fleeting indulgence. You are called to shine like a city on a hill. Keep your lamp burning. Do not place it under a bowl of compromise. I encourage you to invest in relationships with those who uplift your faith. Surround yourself with fellow believers who speak life, who pray for you, who encourage your God-given dreams. Avoid the constant company of scoffers. Their negativity can chip away at your confidence in my promises. Instead, seek out mentors who have walked with me faithfully for many years. Listen to their testimonies and glean from their experiences. Gather with others who love me, for where 2 or 3 come together in my name, I am there in their midst. Above all else, remember who you are in my eyes. You are my precious child, a chosen vessel, a royal priesthood. Let no insult or slander define you. Your identity is sealed by my words of affection. Let my voice be the loudest in your life, overriding the lies that attempt to label you as worthless or hopeless. Stand tall. You bear my imprint upon your life. Each day I'm shaping you, sculpting you to reflect my likeness more clearly. If you are weary, I beckon you. Come, rest. Let me shoulder your heavy load. Many burdens you carry are not meant for your shoulders. Hand them over. Release your striving. Pause and feel the restful rhythm of my heart. I will not let you drown in your to-do lists or sink under the pressure of expectations. My grace is sufficient, whether you face workplace stresses, family conflicts, or personal dilemmas. Trust that my grace is enough for every moment of weakness. Do not be silent about the wonders you have experienced in me. When the door opens for you to share your story, speak boldly and gently. You never know how your words might water seeds of faith in another person's heart. Testimony has power. It transcends doubt. It takes intangible truths and makes them real for those who listen. You do not need a polished sermon. Simply share from your heart, letting my love flow through your voice. In that honesty, I will touch many lives. Right now, as you read, a spark of hope might be igniting. Let it grow. Nurture it by worshiping, by praying, by meditating on Scripture. Dare to believe that I am who I say I am. Dare to believe that miracles did not cease with ancient stories, but continue wherever hearts are open. Dare to believe that your life holds purpose beyond merely surviving each day. Dare to believe that I have set you apart for greatness in my kingdom. In the end, you will stand before me with joy, because you clung to me despite adversity, heartbreak, and confusion. You will see how every puzzle piece fit together into a divine tapestry. Your scars will testify to my healing, your tears to my comfort, your battles to my victory. On that day, you will know fully, even as you have been fully known. Until then, take courage. My grace is with you. I cover you with my wings. I bless you and keep you. I shine my face upon you. You are not alone, not forgotten, not unloved. You are my treasure, my beloved. Walk in that confidence. Let your soul sing my praises. Let your heart dance in the freedom I have given you. And never stop coming to me in prayer. Never stop quieting your spirit to hear my gentle voice. Never forget that, from sunrise to sunset, I am your God, faithful and true. These words I speak over you are meant for your peace, your renewal, and your everlasting hope. Breathe them in. Let them nourish your soul. At times, revisit these promises. Read them again, line by line, word by word. Each time you will sense me drawing closer, steadying your heart with my strength. I am yours, and you are mine. Let this truth cradle you in every season. I love you perfectly, eternally, and with no reservations. Receive my love, abide in it, and watch as it transforms the landscape of your life forever. So remember this, beloved. I never left. I never forgot. I never stopped working behind the scenes. And I never will. My love for you is not based on your performance or your perfection. It is anchored in who I am, and I do not change. You are blessed, not just because of what's coming, but because of who you're becoming. You are a walking testimony, a carrier of peace, a reflection of my heart, and your story is far from over. In fact, some of the most beautiful pages are still to be written. Step forward in faith, speak life, shine light, expect the unexpected, live like the miracle you are. Amen. Now share this message with someone who needs to remember that I am still in the business of blessing, healing, restoring, and surprising my children, even in the darkest hour. Let them know, when hope finds you, everything begins to change.